Assuming you've been...
And now we're going. Alright, can somebody check the stream just to make sure that we're in the right place? Oh, let's just go over here and just be kind of like muscle man while you're checking the stream.
Please stop. I can't even see you, but please stop.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, it's really good. He looks like a
The name's Joe.
Wow, I hate
You
it.
look like a piece of shit.
Alright.
I mean, he does. No, just kidding.
Oh, ha ha ha. Alright, so...
Yeah.
Previously. You two... Previously, I'm prepared to die. You two, Titan and Nakai, were called in to your normal day of work at the Hall of Dave. And, of course, you found out when you got there by being called back by the Dave of Daves that it wasn't exactly a normal day at the Hall of Daves. You had a special mission that the Dave of Daves wanted to send you out on. He had gotten into a fever about a certain zoo owner that lives just outside the city of Tubitel by the name of Joe Tropical. By the Book of Faces stream, my one Carol Baskets, who is also another, well, we'll say zoo owner, but she really owns an animal sanctuary that she goes and saves animals in and brings them to her place. Now, you guys went and you visited the TB Zoo, that is the zoo run by Joe Tropical.
Tuberculosis.
Yes.
And you were able to learn from him that maybe Carol Baskets isn't everything that she seems. She seems to be taking these big cats and bringing them into her own sanctuary, and then kind of charging people still to come to it, almost as if she were running a zoo too. And also, you heard from the little grapevine that she may or may not have murdered her husband. And on top of everything else, you learned of another zoo owner that's up north that kind of has something to do with this, but not everything to do with this, named Doc Antler. Now, after you two talked to him about that, you okay there?
I don't want your dog eating the Snickers that are in my bag.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a good idea. We have a dog running around below here. I'm looking at the
We
camera.
have a
You can't
little
tell.
companion,
We
our
have a
own
companion.
little suit.
Okay, we're good. Baby.
Yes. Anyway, so as you were leaving the personal office of Joe Tropical, that is where we left off.
Yep.
So, Akai and Titan, what do you do as you leave the office of Joe Tropical?
I have my hand on the small of their back, and I'm just sort of like speed walking out of the sanctuary. We're heading back to the Hall of Daves.
Okay, so as you're speed walking out of the sanctuary, somebody stops you and... no bags, that's bad audio, kid.
ASMR if you do it right.
As you're heading out the sanctuary, there's somebody who is wearing a TB Zoo outfit, and they stop you and they hand you a little flyer and say, well, be sure to go ahead and vote for Joe Tropical during the governor elections coming up here pretty soon. Joe Tropical is running for the governor of Tubitel, and he would really like your support.
Oh wow, I did not think that we're going to be doing that. And I just drop the flyer and continue walking.
And you just see them kind of smile at you, and they just smile after you, and then they go and start handing out
I'm
more.
very determined.
Okay. And as you get to the gate, there's somebody who steps forward that's in this suit, wearing some sunglasses, and they say, I saw you two step into the personal office of Joe Tropical. Do you have a second to speak?
I mean, I have a lot of seconds to speak. Right now?
You have more seconds, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, we were going...
Yes, we actually have somewhere to be, so you sort of made this sound optional, so if this is
Oh,
optional...
well, it kind of isn't, and they pull out a badge, and it says TBVI, which you know stands for the Tubitel Bureau of Investigation.
Do we own any type of, like, Dave insignia type thing that we, like, keep on us?
No, you don't.
Why don't we have that?
Hang on.
I feel like that's something that we should have.
Yeah. Ooh, You know... da-da-da.
To be.
TBI. Should I?
That's on you.
I'm going to... Ooh. Actually, you know what? I've got a lot of charisma. I am just going to say...
You got a lot of chutzpah.
Chutzpah. If you could perhaps make this quick for us, and we'll be on our way.
Of course.
How can I help you?
Of course, I'd hate to inconvenience a couple of Daves. And so...
He's aware.
So...
We ooze Dave energy.
As you all know, there's a bit of a feud going on, I guess that's how you could put it lightly, between Joe Tropical and one Carol Baskets up the coast. Are you two aware of that?
I've been made aware very recently.
Basket Coast. Yeah, heard of them.
Okay. So, it has come to our attention that Joe Tropical may or may not have hired someone or been trying to hire someone to kill this Carol Baskets.
Oh, that does not sound
Healthy?
How have you come to receive this information?
Well, there was a business partner here that works with Joe Tropical at the zoo. Recently started working with him about a year ago. He came in and he said that he couldn't allow it. He felt like he had to come and tell us that he had heard information through Joe himself, actually, that he had been looking into hiring someone to kill Carol Baskets.
This is concerning.
Yes, that's why the TVBI is looking into it.
What can we do to assist you?
Have you heard anything? You just spoke with him privately. Did he try to hire you? All your Daves, you're above the law, but of course you have immunity at this. But it would really help with our investigation if we were able to figure out if he is actually trying to hire these people. Because you see, he's shooting back and saying that his business partner is a piece of shit and just wants the zoo for himself. And is just trying to set him up, and that he's in cahoots with Carol Baskets, which, I mean, that seems to be awfully convenient for Joe Tropical, if that is the case.
Correct. This situation, as it were,
Yes.
has been immature at best. These big cat people
Yes.
have sort of feuded over nothing. A sort of monopoly to the big cat industry.
Exactly. Well, I mean, according to Carol Baskets, there shouldn't be a big cat industry. That's where the whole feud really comes from.
But the lady herself has the big cats.
You take that up with her. I am only here investigating the murder for hire, which is highly illegal in all cities around the flat plains, so...
This is fair. I'd make a quick eye contact. Do you do anything, or are you just rolling with it?
I'm trying my hardest to think of anything, but we both know that that's not necessarily a good idea. I'm trying. You can see that wheels are trying to turn.
Your determination is all that I need.
Okay. Not a bard, but I might inspire you.
Yes. I will not lie. He said one sort of suspicious thing.
What was that? And he takes out a little notepad and a little pen and he's ready to write it down.
He asked us if we had purchasable services, if we would be willing to, and of course we told him no.
That's not what we do.
Not our job, not our business, not our intention. We actually came here ourselves to sort of...
Kind of just check out what was going on here.
Okay,
Correct.
okay. Did he give you any money?
They did not.
Ah, damn. We can't arrest him then, I
They
guess.
tried to give us food, though.
He did give us pizza, and it tasted...
Questionable meat.
Yeah.
I didn't eat it. I'm a vegetarian.
Oh, okay.
Very suspicious. But they could sort of feel how it made me feel.
Yeah.
So they can vouch for it. It was not a good pizza.
Well, unfortunately there's nothing we can do unless there was a transfer of money. So, I suppose that means we'll just keep looking into it then.
My apologies that I could not further mitigate your investigation.
It's fine. We've always, the FBBI and the holidays have always been on good grounds with each other. So, if there's anything else you guys come across in your own looking into the situation, please be sure to let us know. We're all across the flat plain.
I adjust just my belt full of swords and extend a hand for a handshake. What was your name again?
Oh, the name's Billy. and reaches forward and shakes the hand.
It's a pleasure. I look forward to exchanging information with you in the future.
Great, thank you.
And like once again, like this time I don't keep my hand on their back, but I just give them an encouraging little and we keep walking.
All right. So as you two are approaching the gates of To Be Tell again, you see two very familiar faces walk out towards you guys from the gates as well. And if our other two people would please kindly come and join us.
Hey!
Oh my gosh, what up, you guys?
Our whole team back together.
Hey.
Maybe keep us on track with what we're doing.
Two of my favorite Daves.
You threw my cushion on the floor.
Oh no.
You have to sit on it just like that.
Truly the embodiment of the four heroes we deserve.
Oh, right.
And now the whole special team of Daves is back together. So what do you guys say as the two of you are walking out to meet them as they're coming back from the Joe Tropicals Zoo?
We've been looking for you two all day.
Your timing is impeccable.
Wait, I thought it was your day off.
Bjorn found his voice.
Great for Bjorn!
It is our day off, but I'm bored.
I mean, that's totally valid.
You know what? There's actually everybody's been in their houses lately.
Yeah.
It's sort of like
I kind of got dragged into this, but this dude seems like a ton of weird. He's got cats in cages.
Oh, you talking about where we just were?
We found
Joe Tropical?
we found a
Joe
flyer.
Tropical?
I
I
can
found
imagine
it.
that must feel a little extra
I'm not a fan.
stressful on you.
Hello, puppy. Yes, I kind of feel like he has a part of me trapped in cages, and I'm not a fan. Let me just say,
I forgot that your character's a tabaxi.
I'm not okay with this.
Woo! I'm so glad that I remember that.
I've got one of the flyers angrily crumpled in my hand, and I'm stroking the tiger skin on my shoulder.
This is so great.
I forgot your tiger kid.
Oh man, it's been a while since we did that one shot.
God.
Oh, I'm so happy right now.
Yes, this couldn't be better. I will admit the whole situation has been a little confusing at best, but I'm seeing your passion sort of against it. It inspires me that we should really get something done about this.
We're going to kill him right now, correct?
Well, the problem is that we don't have any actual proof that these tigers and big cats are being treated bad.
They are in cages, correct?
I personally didn't see one in a cage.
They had confirmation with
They were
Don.
what you all saw was that they were in these like big enclosure habitats. They weren't
Yes.
you yourselves didn't see any small like compact cages.
Little cages, yeah.
I need to see this for myself.
I don't know if we can go back so soon. That's the problem, because we were just there,
I think,
and we don't want to seem too sketchy.
but I can promise.
I trust you.
I promise you, we saw them in enclosures. It still didn't feel great. The cats were not sad. They were living a life.
We got to meet a baby liker.
We did get to meet a baby like
Kind of awesome.
Do they have bears?
I
don't
did
think
they?
You did see bears.
there were
Did they have
bears.
lions?
Yes, they had lions.
They had lions. They had tigers, and they had bears.
I'm like
Oh
Tuscan
my.
raidering my axe in the air.
I'm having like an existential crisis right now.
But from what I
No,
understand,
how does this?
there is a lady of baskets, and she does keep them in cages.
That we've been told. But we were also told that this guy kept them in cages.
Correct. So kind of we have a lot of
We
like,
just need to
information
see
to gather
and
on this.
find out. And then we heard about this other guy.
Baskets?
the basket lady.
Yeah, the basket case.
This gets weirder and weirder. So we've got.
And what was the name of the other guy?
The other one was named Doc Antler.
Yeah, and there
Doc
was
Antler.
Doc Antler.
Tropical
Oh my
man, the
gosh.
basket
I
lady,
wonder if
that
Doc
Antler
Antler
guy.
loves like deer.
I hate all of these people.
Honestly, like that's a valid assessment. It's sort of just.
I know.
I think we need to take care of this.
I think that we need
I
to.
also need a bottle opener.
Oh yes. Yes.
Wasn't
Perfect.
inside my dice tower. What?
That's where it goes.
That is like magic. It's like a have a drink.
So I suppose the question is, do we go to the Dave of Daves and get his opinion first, or do we just go to those other people and do what needs to get done?
Oh, think
I mean, I feel like we should at least get an explanation for, like the whole, like, he said, she said, they said. Like, we should, we heard Joe Tropical. Shouldn't we hear the basket case and this doc dude?
Before going back to the day.
Before, like,
take him all of the information.
You should always give your victims a chance for last words.
Exactly!
An honorable code.
You get
I
it.
respect that. So based on sort of what we've told you, do you think this doctor, this antler man, or the basket case lady?
Probably the basket lady.
Basket.
Then to the coast we go.
To the coast you go.
Hi-ho,
All right.
hi-ho.
So as you say
Goes
that,
down.
Titan, you reach into your little your fanny pack of holding, which is of course the only way that the Daves carry anything anymore. These are these are advanced fanny packs of holding, so you can hold up to 500 pounds in these instead of the 50
normal
pounds.
bags of holding.
Yes, they are.
Keep your whole crew in there.
And so you pull out, you reach in and you pull out
Get in the pack.
what is a little die. It's a 6-sided die that you pull out, and you kind of like flick it in your hands, and it starts spinning in midair. And as it starts spinning in midair, you say, "Carol Basket's Zoo," and the thing just slowly zooms out, and a portal opens up in front of you, and you see what is a tropical enclosure standing in front of you that says Big Cat and Little Cat and etc. Rescue.
Mid-sized sedan.
Mid-sized sedan. And that's what. And so there's these gates that lead into it, and there are like big lines, kind of like the way there were a bunch of lines outside of Joe Tropical Zoo as well.
This dice, does it navigate us where to go?
No. It is a portal.
It is a
It
portal.
is a
Oh,
portal.
stellar.
You can step through
Excellent.
it, and you will be there.
Excellent. Do I have to let them step through first?
No, I mean you have about 30 seconds of it, so you can just walk through it.
Great. Everybody, go ahead and just sort of
Let's do this.
hop through.
All right,
Jump through.
Katana, can you open that door for her?
I can!
Thank
Can
you.
I open a door for the baby? Yes. Do you want me to keep it open?
Yeah, keep it open so she if not, she's gonna start attacking that door. Yeah.
We don't want that.
We don't want an unhappy baby.
Yes. So
Yes, we all step through.
so you step through and you see just a whole bunch of people that are out there, and you guys are now standing outside the gates to Big Cat and Small Cat and etc. Rescue.
Man, I know I can't read, but like that's a big sign. What is is that
Yeah, the
necessary?
graphic design is a little bit poor. The typography is a little squished.
Like,
sort
it
of a
just-
mouthful.
It just doesn't seem necessary.
You'll have to promise me you don't let this bitch put me in a cage.
Oh, we got your back.
Cross my heart and
She's
hope
got
to die.
all
We
of
would
them.
never. In
Or
fact,
any of these other people.
This
that-
sign is a honeyed lie.
I hope it is by one of your hands that justice is brought to your catkin, as it were. Is there any? I guess we walk in. Is there a sign or a programming that directs us?
You guys have to go through the gates first. You have to pay the gate fee. As you step up to the gate, as you walk away from the portal that you made first, though, the little die kind of closes in on itself and falls back into your hand.
Okay.
And you throw that back away. And you walk up to the gate, and somebody says, "Hello, you little cats and kittens. Welcome to Big Cat and Little Cat and etc. Rescue. That'll be 500 gold to be able to enter the park today. Apiece."
Oh, I do not think that it is going to be. In case anybody else wants to do something first.
That is from just for you two who went to the TV zoo.
Yeah.
That is, he only charged 10 gold apiece to get in from what you heard when they were talking.
Oh my
So,
Lanta.
Yep.
Hello, you there, cats and kittens. Oh, cats and kittens. Wow.
I'll step forward and say, and I'll like gesture to the tiger skin on my shoulder and say, "We're here on business. No entry fee is required."
Is that all you're saying?
Yes.
Roll an intimidation check.
Oh, I'm good at those.
I need my hands sanitizing now.
No,
Oh
that doesn't sound right, you big cat. That would be $500. In fact, for the intimidation fee, that would be $750 for you.
no! Oh my
You
goodness.
should have gone to Joe's with this breed.
I'm just gonna
do
just
not
look
have
at
that.
my friends.
Yep.
I have no money.
I don't think I have money either.
Oh, hello, puppy.
I have 10 gold pieces.
I have like 22.
15.
Ooh, ouchie.
I am.
I will say that you all have a line of credit from the Knave of Days
Yep.
for
Yep.
5,000 gold.
Yeah, I just don't feel like.
Yeah, I
you know
was
what I
saying
mean?
that is
But
that
I
is
don't
available
wanna.
to you.
I just don't feel good
I
giving people money.
I'm going to cast suggestion.
Not using that for DM for
and
this.
I'm going
Not for
to.
this big
Somebody give me a D20. Thank you.
You're not prepared.
I forgot to bring
You're
my
not
die in.
prepared to
Damn.
die.
Damn.
He's not prepared to die.
All right. So what do I have to beat? Your
I love it.
It's a save. It's a,
Was it
it's a
on a
wisdom
failed
save?
save? Pursue.
yeah. It's a wisdom saving. What do I have to beat? What's the number?
Let me.
Your charisma's. What's your charisma?
Save
20?
DC 16.
They rolled an 18.
That seems low for you. What's your charisma?
It says my save DC is.
It should be 8 plus your proficiency plus your charisma modifier. So 8 plus
Proficiency
4
is
plus.
plus 4, 12, and then my charisma is.
Is it 20?
It's plus 3.
Oh, so 15.
Damn. I don't like this lady.
This is just a worker.
Yeah,
I know.
Within the gates.
Yeah, I'm aware.
I whisper. What if we just kill him? Like,
We could try to find a way to sneak in the back.
I mean,
She can make us really sneaky.
Can you two, if you're speaking,
I don't care if
roll
he hears me.
a stealth check?
Can it just be intimidation because they're listening?
Stealth? 25.
What is my? Do I have any? No. Okay. Wait. Math. 12.
With his 25, I would say you two were able to whisper without this person hearing. They're just standing there smiling.
Christ. We're going to
Think
we'll
it
be
over?
right back.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
going to
we'll
think
go see if
about
we
this.
can't get some money from our credit.
From
All right,
our
all you little
parents.
cats and kittens.
I
See you in a
Call me
bit.
that.
Oh, sorry, big cat.
Whatever.
I don't know
Bacon.
why. Just the way that this person. We've walked away by now, right?
Yes.
I don't know why, but the way that this person speaks, I just want to punch.
If
him
there
in
was
the
not a
face.
line
I
of
would very
people
much like
outside,
to
I would
follow
kill him
Steve.
where he stands.
Is it a man or a woman or?
It is a woman. It
Okay.
is,
I
yes.
would kill her where she stands.
They're wearing a blue shirt. By the way, a blue shirt with a little emblem on it.
I just want
So
to
not
punch
the red
him.
shirt. We can't just kill him off.
Deck him in the face.
Yeah.
Can I?
Hold on. Maybe there are other entrances.
Yeah. Were
There's-
there other people around? Were there like
Yes,
are all
there were
Okay,
a
so
lot.
like
Yeah,
we're-
all the
yes,
entrances
yes,
had
so
people.
Yeah.
You two just wasted like people behind you's time, like for a good 5 minutes.
Good.
Well, you know what? They're wasting their money.
They're
500 gold
correct.
pieces.
Yeah. Like anybody that's
Good.
coming in
Y'all
spending
have a
this
good
much money.
time wasting your money. We're leaving.
They're just
Are we
contributing.
walking away?
Yes.
As we walk away, I want to yell to the crowd, Joe Tropical Zoo is 10 gold! 10!
Should've gone in.
And then I will like try to be like, oh my gosh, what? That's such a good deal. This place is a ripoff.
Going to Joe's. This place sucks.
Are you doing anything?
Hell no. I'm walking.
Can the three of you roll a performance check?
Performance?
Yes.
Sweet.
Ooh!
Natural 20.
I hate you all.
For a total of 25.
All right.
19.
Nice.
17.
Okay. So you guys ignite a fire into the audience and the people that are standing
so
out there.
proud.
And people start turning around and walking away, saying like, "Well, we'll just travel to Betel. We'll go to Joe Tropicals." And with that, there is this loud popping sound as a woman. There's a little dumpy. The two of you have seen her before.
Stop describing her like that.
Nah, I've seen the picture of her. It's kind of accurate.
And older, a little graying in the hair, but you can see that she's using dyes to cover it up. Appears in front of you all, and she goes, "You little cats and kittens! Did someone just say Joe Tropical's name?" And you can see that she is writhing with anger underneath her nice outward demeanor.
I get it.
I did speak
Not
his name.
that.
Yeah.
Why would you come and say his name? Are you from his zoo?
I'm from his city, but not from his zoo.
All you mainlanders. Nothing but great people. Now, how can I help you all?
Yeah, you can actually answer a question for me. What makes this place so great that it's worth 500 gold pieces?
Well, you see, it costs a lot to be able to keep up a zoo. It costs about $10,000 a month.
I thought this was a rescue.
To keep up with the... It's both.
Yeah, cool. 10,000. That's like
To keep up with a single
It's a lot.
tiger
It's like,
a month.
But like in terms of
but 500.
yeah, 500 you only need to.
How
Oh
many-
no, this is too much math for Katana. Titan would
Emily
probably
knows.
know.
Seems excessive still.
That's it.
It would cost very little for my brothers, I mean the tigers, to live in their natural habitats.
Do 10,000. Yeah.
Well, being as the natural habitats are destroyed, and these are tigers that were raised in captivity, it would be impossible to return them to their natural habitats. If we were to just return them to the wild out of nowhere, they would die. They wouldn't know how to survive in the wild.
At 500 gold
Probably
pieces,
her.
it would only take you 20 entrants
As soon as
to
she
pay
said
that off.
To
as
pay
soon
for
as-
one tiger, I have over 150 tigers.
Well, why do you have that many tigers?
Because I've saved tigers from all around the flat plain. From all around the flat plain. And I brought them here to let them live out their lives in a nice open space as close as they can get to the wild without being forced back into the wild.
Wait,
and dying.
10,000 gold a month for one tiger? What the heck costs 10,000 gold for one tiger?
Their food, their veterinarian bills, the
They go to the vet
upkeep.
once a month?
Yes, you have to have a veterinarian come out here and check on them every day just to make sure they're okay.
I don't think I
As soon as she
believe
said
you.
captivity, I burned one of my 4 rages for the day. I am angry.
Still
Do I believe
feel like-
anything? Does anything she says sound
Roll an insight.
somewhat?
Yeah, can I also roll insight? I want to know if that sounds accurate.
Nice.
19.
Okay.
Insight.
I just know
17.
I just know Kai wouldn't know, so I didn't roll.
So, the two of you can tell that she believes what she is saying with her whole heart. It is up for you to decide on if it's right or wrong.
All of these people seem a little.
Would we know out of character? Would we know if the Holidays has any authority here, or is that just a to be tell thing?
It is kind of the to be tell in
Okay.
surrounding area. Nobody really people know of the holidays
Mhm.
because of the rumors of the 4 Daves that went through as the heroes. But other than that, you don't really have any authority. You're outside of your range, where you can just throw around the name the holidays and get into places and get stuff done.
Can I be completely honest with you?
Of course you can, little cat.
Who? That's. We're just trying to figure out this this sort of territory war as it is not territory sort of in proximity, but there is a there's a lot of people sort of invested in what is going on between you and the Tropical Man and the Antler Man.
Yes, I have millions of followers in the Books of Face, and they really want to see that Joe Tropical, who has threatened to murder me multiple times, and from what I've heard, has tried to hire someone to actually do it. They want to see him taken down, and I can't blame them. He treats his tigers terribly there.
Can I ask what happened to your husband?
My husband's perfectly alive. And with that, there's another click as she summons her husband, and there's another man that pops up next to her, and he's like, "Hi there.
Were you married before?
Yes, I've had 2 other husbands.
What about your other husbands?
Well, my first husband was terribly abusive. He beat me all the time. I left him when I was 19. And my second husband, I met him as I was walking around the streets out here, and it was right after I'd left my other husband. I had stormed out, and I was just kind of walking along, and he pulls up in his carriage next to me, and he says, "Hey, I want to talk to you." Because he sees me, and I'm like, "No thanks." And so he goes around, he pulls around the block, and he comes back again. He's like, "No, really, we should talk." And I'm like, "No, I'm good."
Now we're getting
And
into
then-
that whole thing where like you ask somebody and you're like receiving more drama than you wanted to, and I'm just kind of like I look at the guy and I'm
Are they
just,
both still living?
No, my first husband is, yes. Do you want to hear the rest of my story?
no, continue please.
Okay, he comes around the block a third time. And when he comes around the block a third time, he opens up the door to the carriage, and there's a gun sitting in the passenger seat right next to him. And he says, "Here, you can hold the gun on me. I just want to talk to you." So I get the gun, and I hold it on him. I come in, and I sit down. And he and I talk for the entire night. and I go home with him, and we start the affair then, and we have an affair for about a year. And he was married too, and I was married. He was about 22 years older than me or so. I was 19. He was in his early 40s. He was 41. And but he left his wife right at the same time that I left my husband. And then we got married, and we were married for a while. And then about 20 years ago, 15, somewhere between 10 and 20 years ago, my husband, he mysteriously vanished.
I'm gonna roll a constitution check on myself.
Check.
Just to see if I'm doing okay.
Insight check.
Mm-hmm.
16.
She seems to believe the story she tells. It is up for you to decide if that story is true or not.
If you are worried about somebody putting attempts on your life, why appear in such a public setting?
Well, because I can't just abandon my big cat and little cat and etc. rescue. I've been doing so much good work here for the past 20 years. In fact, I was working on this with my second husband before he disappeared. Disappeared. And
when she says disappeared, can I roll an insight check?
yes.
Hang on. 15.
She seems to believe he disappeared.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've been working on this, and I just can't abandon it. I mean, he's throwing me off of this because he's afraid of people who care about animal rights. He's threatened to kill all animal rights conservatives who come onto his zoo. I mean, does that sound like a good man to you? Someone who threatens to shoot people the moment they walk onto his zoo?
I mean, I've threatened that before.
For your zoo?
Not for my zoo, but my property, T.
I'm
starting to feel online.
Let me sort of quell the situation. We are a authority of sorts for the city in which Joe Tropical Zoo resides.
Mm-hmm.
Which means we have authority in this situation, should we deem that it is improper. Do you mind if we come in and take a look? See how the animals are treated, sort of validate his side of the story. So
Of course. Of course. My husband and I will be more than happy to walk you around and show you around the zoo then.
Does the husband seem brainwashed?
Roll an insight check.
Can I try to tap him on the shoulder to make sure he's real?
Oh, yes, he is. There it is again.
It's not a projection.
You say 9?
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
He seems whipped, but
Okay.
not like he seems to be super infatuated with
Okay.
Carol.
Okay.
Yes. And
Man, I wish I had dispel magic.
and she kind of turns and gestures you all to follow her in. And do you follow?
I do.
Right, so she begins to take you around, and she starts waving to all of the workers that are around and stuff like that. And she turns, she says, "If you notice, all the workers are wearing a specific color of shirt. You have the orange shirts, the yellow shirts, the red shirts, and the blue shirts. Now, the yellow shirts are the beginning. Everyone who works here is a volunteer. Nobody gets paid. It is all volunteer work. They work 8 hours a day, and they do it more than willingly. And there's a tier system here. So you start off on the red shirt. What did I say first? Well, completely yellow. You start off on the yellow shirt, then you move up to the orange. God, I can't remember. Then you just move up the tiers up until you get to blue, which is the top tier. And those are the people that have been here the longest. It's kind of like a belt system in karate.
Fascinating.
And
As a monk, I'm like,
Yeah, that
And
one it hurts you.
she keeps leading you around, and you guys see that she also has kind of big cages and stuff like that. These that are kind of habitats that these tigers stay in. But they do noticeably look a little messier than the ones in Joe Tropical. It seems like she's sacrificing the cleanliness of the cage for an effect to seem more like wild territory, basically.
I'm gonna run my claws across the edge of the cage.
Okay.
So this looks like cages to me.
Well, they have to be kept separate from the guests that visit the zoo.
Yes, and the
That
amount
is
of
the
money
same
you charge your
argument.
guests, you can't afford larger enclosures.
Well, like I said, it is the money that we charge them is the money that we need to be able to upkeep the tigers and keep them in a nice, lively, good life.
Mrs. Basket Lady.
It's baskets.
Sure. Would you say that you are wealthier than Mr. Tropical?
Oh, very. Joe Tropical right now owes me $1 million from a lawsuit. $1 million gold. I have multi-millions in gold.
Could you explain to me then why his enclosures are better quality than yours?
They're not better quality.
I've seen them with my eyes.
Have you?
Yes.
Yes.
We have.
I
Definitely.
haven't, but I'm saying that.
She's got to roll an insight. Can you roll deception?
That's fine, yeah. Ooh, is that
Like, I've definitely seen the
good?
enclosures.
7.
Also, did you say that you have
Beats her natural one.
Yes!
Hell yeah!
millions?
Yes, I have about
So-
5 million gold to my name.
So you have 5 million gold to your name, but you have to charge 500 gold per person to keep up with the tigers. But you have 5 million gold. I think that makes sense,
Yes.
right? They say sarcastically.
Sounds
Well, of
perfectly
course,
logical.
I'm the one who, I keep care of the stuff and everything, and this is my own personal expenses that my money takes care of. And there's a lot more to it than just the income that comes from the ticket sales basically covers the cost of the upkeep for the tigers. It doesn't include the monkeys that we have here and the bears, all the other
So
animals.
then where do you get your money from?
Where do I make my money from?
Yeah, the 5 million.
Oh, it was my second husband's money. He was a landowner, and he did a lot of stuff for selling land and everything like that.
So if
I
you
inherited from him.
if you truly believe in animal conservation or whatever this is, wouldn't you put that money to good use?
I do. I put that
I
money.
seem like you're putting more of your money
about
to
I'm just
yourself.
real frustrated. Like, again, I'm dumb, but I'm not stupid.
I've been using this money for a long time to help build Big Cat and Little Cat and etc. Rescue.
That's such a dumb name.
What's the etc.?
Well, we were really late.
Like I said, I have monkeys and bears and stuff here to do that we save from captivity.
Can you just call it a zoo?
It is a sanctuary.
Then why don't you call it a sanctuary?
It's a rescue
Do
sanctuary.
you
That's
mind?
Then why don't you just call it a rescue sanctuary?
Well, why?
Big
No,
kids,
it
little
makes
kids, it's just so pretentious. I don't know.
I understand that there is a sort of a lot of feelings going around right now. Do you perhaps mind introducing us to one of your big kids?
Do you have like a prize tiger?
We don't prize any of our tigers
You
over any
know
of the
what
other
I
ones.
mean, lady. The best one. The alpha.
Which one do you show off the most?
There's always an alpha.
This is okay.
Sure, we
It's
have
okay to be mad about things.
we have
But I just
we have-
think that-
we have Mufasa. Do you want to come meet Mufasa?
I do.
All right. So she leads you over to in the kind of the center enclosure that's in this big, huge. One thing that you also notice is that this sanctuary is on like about 3 times it covers about 3 times the amount of land as Joe Tropicals.
But the enclosures are smaller.
Yes. And because there are a lot more cats here than in Joe Tropicals. So she leads you into like kind of the center one, and there's just one. There are 2 cats in here, and you can tell that one is a man and one's a female. They're mates and everything. And so she leads you in, and she says, the big one, the male of these tigers, he is Simba. Mufasa. Do you wish to meet him?
I would very much like to speak with you.
Bah.
All right, sure. I guess. Are you?
I said what I said.
I'll go in with you then.
That's fine.
Okay. So she leads
I follow
you.
behind.
I think only one person in the enclosure at a time.
I
if
think
that's
we
okay.
go.
Can I? My friend here, as you can see, is a cat of some sort.
Yes, but I've still heard of. I've still heard of tigers attacking other cat people.
Do you see how large I am?
Yes.
It will be all right.
I don't want you killing my cat if the cat
The
decides...
cat is the last person in danger here.
Yes.
Okay, I suppose it's all right if the backseat goes in with you. And she leads you over to the entrance of the cage, opens it up, and lets you go in.
I am going to, since totem barbarians can do this, cast speak with animals.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes!
I knew one of you had some kind of animal handling. Yeah.
I have animal handling, but I can't speak with them. Oh man.
All right.
So I'm going to sit down at eye
Alright.
level with the tiger and
We
get
did
eye
that
level
like-
with him and just...
Just gonna sit with him.
Strong girl.
Luna, stop it.
Carol can't, or Miss Baskets can't understand
You
a
saw
tiger.
too.
So I'm just going to ask, how long have you been here?
I've been here for 5 years.
Were you born here?
No.
They took you from your home.
Yes.
Are you taken care of here? Well,
I suppose so. I'm fed 3 times a day. Fresh, raw, bloody meat.
do you have children?
I have 3.
Do they take them from you?
Yes.
What do you think of the lady that owns this establishment?
She looks tasty.
Have you heard her speak of the other man that holds tigers?
The man.
The tropical man.
Yes.
Would you and your family feel better if they were no longer around?
Which ones?
The people that keep you here. If we could return you to the wild where you belong.
I've never been in the wild.
Do you want to jump in on this? You can speak with animals too. So.
I need to cast it. I want to also cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
Are your children kept here?
Yes.
Do you get to see them?
No.
Would you like to see them?
I suppose. Yes.
Do you find your living conditions okay? Would you prefer somewhere larger, or are you okay with this?
Don't know.
Getting into some real, like,
He has no
tigers'
favorite
rights movement.
I've never had more than this. I lived in a person's house before coming here.
You deserve more than either of these things.
I long for more, but I don't know what I would do with it.
You could run and jump freely, spend time with your cubs. This doesn't seem right to me.
That is for you to decide. I know nothing but this.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
This makes my blood boil.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand up and turn around.
Luna, stop playing. We're not playing in here.
Stand up and turn back around to Carol and shoot her the nastiest look I've ever shot anybody.
And she just kind of smiles at you. Very condescendingly.
Your friend here finds you delicious. I mean demeaning. I mean charming.
Thank you. Now, is that all you'll need here today? And she kind of like
I'd like to see the cubs.
relax. Which cubs?
All of your cubs.
Do you keep all the children in a specific place?
We keep them in different enclosures. We try to give a quarter mile.
Oh, so the young developing ones are isolated away from their families.
We have to.
For what reason?
For normal reasons.
So they don't get to learn from their parents?
They're not with the moms?
That's how it needs to happen that way. For the proper care to be given to them by our...
That
you wouldn't know that word.
You protest that you replicate as natural of an environment as you can. This is not that. They would be in their families in the
Have
wild.
you ever tried to take care of a cub while it's around its mother? It's virtually impossible.
I grew up with these beasts. I've taken care of them.
Well, that explains a lot.
If you give them not the opportunity, they would be taking care of themselves. I'm properly sure.
We are not the ones who started with these tigers and big cats in captivity. We're the ones who saved them from much smaller captive places.
Smaller than this.
Yes.
I find that hard to believe.
Mufasa came from a person's home. They lived inside a 10 by 10 room.
He didn't.
How'd they get Mufasa? That's my question.
There are plenty of people who breed big cats specifically to sell them to people for a lot of gold. Joe Tropical being one of them.
Did you pay for them?
No, I did not. We saved them. We went in with the laws because now it has been legalized to be able to own big cats personally within the flat plain. So we go in and we save them.
Does she seem legitimate? I don't know.
And she
that.
seemed legitimate. I'm rolling inside check.
I mean, like, me and T got to look at
16.
JT's papers. I mean, I can't read, but T did, and it looked all legit.
A 16.
Yeah, she seems legit enough. I mean, she seems to be telling you the actual mission and the way that they get their tigers here.
Do you have paperwork to confirm this?
I have plenty of paperwork, yes. I can mail it to you. I have it all in an off-site office.
Yes, that would be appreciated. And I give her the same card that I gave to Joe, and it's got like an address for the Dave of Daves.
Okay.
Do you mind if we speak to one of your employees, perhaps?
Of course.
One of the low-level ones.
Yes.
Sure, of course. Go find them. They're the ones wearing the orange shirts.
And the ones that have worked for you the longest? What
Are
do
the
they
blue
wear?
shirts.
The blue shirts.
Yes.
Great.
Like the very sassy man outside of the gate.
To the lady.
Lady, yeah. Whatever she was, I could care less.
Okay. Well, did you want to talk to somebody?
No, I just, because, like when we first started at the Days, we were like, is this legit?
Yeah.
So, like, I want to hear the different perspectives.
So first we'll seek out quickly one that's wearing a yellow, orange.
Yellow, I think, probably.
Yellow,
I
yeah.
guess the
Okay,
entry
that's
low
fine.
level.
Yeah, so
The
we'll seek out
entry-level
yellow.
shirt. Let's say
Yeah,
that.
we're
'cause
just
I'm
gonna find
an
one
idiot and I
then.
can't remember
No,
what
it's
colors I
fine.
said.
Doesn't
I
matter.
shot off.
You're fine.
Hey, you with the face.
The smooth talker.
And this like middle-aged woman stops and says, "Yes. How can I help you?"
How long have you been working here?
I've been working here for just about 2 years.
And what do you think?
I love it. Carol's doing a great thing saving these cats. She goes in and she saves cats from captivity and brings them here and helps them live out their lives in as much comfort as she possibly can.
And
Have you seen other animal rescues similar to this?
I've seen what Carol shows us. Yes.
No, I mean like not here, like somewhere else.
Well, I mean, I haven't been able to travel too terribly much. All the other big ones are days and months worth of travel away.
So how do you know that this is actually the best that these animals can get?
Well, because I've seen the pictures and the videos and everything.
How do you know those aren't fake?
Well, I've even seen the way that they explain them on their own websites, and it's not as good as Carol's.
I still don't believe it.
valuable information, thank you.
How does Carol treat you, by the way?
Oh, great. She hasn't learned my name yet, but
After 2 years?
It's okay. There are plenty of people around
My
here.
boss learned my name in the first week.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, does your boss have like 100 volunteers working for him?
More than that.
Oh.
Our boss runs a whole city.
And we know everybody by every name. It is our way.
It's pretty easy because everyone's Dave.
Oh.
Listen, minute details.
Oh. Well,
Omitting.
you can't expect. She's doing such good work. You can't expect her to know everyone's
How
name.
do you feed your family?
I do other work outside of this. I work another job. This isn't a job. This is like a passion.
A passion.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you ever have to help with your own money here?
Oh yeah, I donate plenty of money to the rescue.
How much?
Count how much money she makes with these entry fees every single day.
Well, you don't know how it costs a lot of money to be able to upkeep these cats.
I'm sure it does. How much money do you donate, by the way?
I donate maybe about 1,500 gold a year.
A year?
Yeah.
Is that pretty common among the people who volunteer?
Oh yeah, all the volunteers are also donors. All the volunteers really support the what we're doing here.
Now, because you're...
We're ripping into this poor woman. And
No, I'm just asking some questions. My voice is cracked. I'm just asking some questions. Now, do you roughly know how much some of the other volunteers donate? Like, let's say, I don't know, a higher level blue shirt. Do they probably donate a lot more than you?
Well, I mean, the donation levels are usually kept secret. I mean, nobody really goes around and talks about their donation levels usually, but...
Okay.
You have been here 2 years. You are still the bottom rank.
Yes,
How do you advance?
Well, it's kind of time based and everything. And you after 5 years, you were able to move up to the next rank, and then after 10 years, and then after 15 years.
So it's not based off of your commitment or
Or donation.
or showing sort of your work value, but rather
This
just
time?
seniority.
Yes.
So what if there's someone who's here but doesn't actually do anything, but they're here for 5 years?
Well, everyone who works here does stuff. Carol makes sure of it.
Have you seen her make sure of it?
I've seen her just go around and give pepping advice.
Have you ever been reprimanded?
No.
Alright.
I've always done my job perfectly well.
Good for you.
Have you seen where Carol lives?
Me.
Yes.
Is it a nice place?
Oh, it's a very nice place. It's a very nice big house.
I figured.
Are you fully satisfied with donating your time to those kind of things?
Oh, I love it. It's perfect. It's what I want to do. It's what I meant to do.
How much do you know about the beasts here?
How much do I know?
Yes.
Well,
How educated are you?
Enough. I mean, I listen to Carol's little updates that she does on the Book of Faces
So,
every day.
so all you know you learned from her.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Oh, that.
and from just some miscellaneous reading here and there.
Mm.
Miss
Are you sure she doesn't pay you in any sort of way?
No,
Whether
no,
it's
it's
money
all-
or favors.
We're all 100% volunteers here.
Can I insight this?
Yeah, sure. Go on inside
I
check.
don't trust anyone.
I'm also like eyeing, looking around for a blue shirt.
Yeah, do we see a blue shirt nearby? 6.
Yeah, there is one. There are a few.
18.
18. She seems to be 100% honest. Yeah, this is all run by volunteers.
Great.
See, I'm asking street smart questions.
Yeah.
That I can do.
Yes. You want to head to a blue shirt?
Yeah, blue shirt.
All right, so you head over to a blue shirt. It's a older man that is kind of standing there, and he's going around. He's picking up trash and everything, and he says, "Oh no, how may I help you?"
Oh man, hey man, dude, good job. How long have you been volunteering here?
I've been volunteering here for about 15 years.
And about how much money do you say you donate the cause?
Enough.
What's that mean?
I donate enough, enough to help.
Our friend here is not good with numbers. You must be
I'm
specific.
really not.
I prefer not to be specific with my philanthropy.
Inside check.
All right, go ahead and roll an insight check.
I want to know if it's a lot of money. That's not horrible. 14.
They do not like to talk about how much money they give to
Yes.
things.
Are you? I know sort of the volunteers have their own jobs on the side here. Do you have a profession you sort of?
I'm kind of the janitor. I'm one of the many, but it's a big park, so we all need to be able to help out.
Do you ever work directly with the animals?
No, that's not what I do. I get to talk to them sometimes and get a look at them. I don't work directly with them. No.
Would you be able to point me in the direction of someone who does?
Preferably a doctor.
We
Veterinarian.
The veterinarians aren't in right now. They already came in for the day.
They're not on site.
No, we have them come in.
Outside. Not working for this establishment.
Everyone who works for this establishment is a volunteer. We do pay the veterinarians that come in.
Okay.
How much are the veterinarians getting paid?
But yeah, you can go see Jim over there. He works with the animals directly, and you see this man standing there tossing some meat into one of the cages at the moment.
Is it a young person, old person?
And middle aged.
And their shirt is blue as well.
Yes.
Are there any young people working here?
Oh yes, plenty of young
Okay,
people.
I was
But they're all yellow shirts. They're all like entry level.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
curious. What up, Jimbo? James,
What's up,
Jimothy,
Jim?
what's going
My
on?
dad's here.
you kind of startle him, and he turns around and he's like, "Oh, hi. How can I help you, little cats and kittens?"
I mean,
Think about it.
how long have you been volunteering, working, whatever did you do here?
Oh, I for about 20 years now.
Awesome.
Do you only work with the animals?
I mean, I was able to earn that after I earned my blue shirt. I just got to choose what I wanted to do, and I chose that I wanted to really work with the animals. I really love all the big cats.
How did you get the proper training to do this job?
I learned from the person who was here before me. Yes.
How long were they here?
Since I think they were here since the beginning. They retired. They retired about 10 years ago or so, but they were here when Carol and her second husband started, and I joined about 10 years after that, and I've been here since then.
I'm gonna reach down into his bucket of meat and just pick a slab up and taste it. Is it real? Is it good meat?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is real, like raw meat. Yeah.
Take a bite out of it and put it back in the bucket.
And they just look at you like,
He grew up with animals.
Yeah.
No, okay. So is there anything else? I got a lot of tigers to feed. So
I'm sure you do. I'm sure. Do you donate any money to? I mean, it's a noble cause.
yeah, I donate some.
Are you comfortable with saying about how much
Oh no, we don't speak about how
We're
much
actually
people donate.
conducting an important survey.
The
here.
first person we spoke to told us an amount.
Yes.
Yeah.
And who was that?
A blue shirt. I didn't get their name.
It wasn't a blue
We've
shirt.
already
out
had
of character.
we've already had cooperation in this situation, and we're just sort of a ballpark. It doesn't need to be like
Well,
Sowing discord.
We don't speak about how much we donate here.
that is.
Oh, okay. Then how about I change the question so you don't have to tell me an amount?
I donate enough.
That's what I'm saying. So my question is,
Yeah, my answer to you is enough.
Don't tell me how much you
I was just
make.
gonna say, over the
Just
years,
give
did
me
you
a
increase your
percentage.
amount? My Lanta.
There's no need to get spicy with us.
You're an interesting bunch of people.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Now, can I get back to feeding the cats?
Can I ask just one more question?
Sure.
Have any of you ever been harmed taking care of these creatures? You don't
Oh.
seem to be as well trained as you possibly could be.
Oh no, we're perfectly well trained. And everyone who takes care of the tigers is perfectly well trained and knows how to take care of them properly. No one ever goes into the cages with them unless they're with a veterinarian, and we're always making sure that we're doing the right things. Nobody has ever been harmed, unlike that Joe Tropical Zoo. People at Joe Tropical Zoo, they've been harmed before. He's the real monster here. He's the one that should be taken care of. You know, one of his keepers got their arm bitten off by a tiger.
Yes,
once.
it's so strange that a wild, large cat would harm a human. That's very odd and strange and
Crazy.
atypical.
It's almost as if you'd have to do something to sort of suppress those kind of natural urges or punish them to keep it from happening.
We just know how to act around them properly.
Do you?
Yes, of course.
What does that look like?
I mean, it would take years of training for you to understand.
I believe that we've seen all that we need to see here.
Okay,
I say that out loud to the group.
and with that, Jim immediately just takes his bucket up and walks away from you all.
That
I'd
is
like
all
to rip
tigers
his
to feed.
arm.
Yeah.
Are these people assholes?
I don't feel like anybody is blameless in this situation, but it wouldn't be correct, right, to just go around murdering it.
How do we get all of them in one place?
I don't know.
So we can kill them all at one time.
Maybe we hold like a convention or something.
Tiger Con.
That's what I was thinking, TigerCon. Do we need to go visit Ant-Man?
It's actually not a bad idea.
Yes, I think that's a good idea, actually.
Are you okay, Katana?
No.
You've broken her.
TigerCon?
Tiger Con.
So, are you all going to go visit Doc Antler?
Ant-Man.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, grab out my
You
die.
grab out your die, you hold it in the air, and you spin it, and you think Doc Antler Zoo.
Look into the zoo.
And you see this big thing open up, and you see what is called like the front entrance to, and it says over top of it, Doc Antler's Zoo.
Ant-Man.
And do you all step through?
Yes. Yep, we
Is
sure
there,
do.
is there
Ant
a
right
person
here.
taking money at this gate as well?
Well, you guys step through, and you are all standing there, and again, there are a lot of people standing outside of this gate to go see that are getting ready to go through. And with that, that's where we're going to take intermission.
Great.
So we'll be back in about 15 minutes stream. Please stay tuned.
We found an ant.
Found an ant.
We found an ant.
We found the Ant-Man.
We found the
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. And we're back. There we go. Ah.
Where'd our ant friend go?
So
He left.
Ant-Man, no!
the two of you, the four of you, the four of you are now standing outside of Doc Antler's
One way to do
Zoo.
it.
What do you do?
Daz.
We look to see if there's an alternate entrance. If not, we're gonna create the same ruckus we created before.
Is there like a tree or anything
Depends
close
on
by?
if his
What
his
kind of
taxes
ruckus?
are outrageous.
Yeah. No, there's no alternate
No?
entrance. It's only this entrance.
Breakfast Club? No?
No,
Okay.
What'd you say?
I said, what kind of a ruckus?
Oh, okay.
Doesn't matter.
Like a large marquee that says how much it is to go in.
No, there is not. You'd have to go up to the gates. to
Lines
do
are
that.
just as long.
I mean, yeah, you guys can get through. They are moving it really quick, much quicker than what happened at Joe Tropical's place.
Maybe not as many people come here.
No, it is very packed.
Oh, they're like Chick-fil-A.
They're efficient. Yes, they're the Chick-fil-A
It's like
of
Chick-fil-A
big cat
versus,
zoos.
like,
Are there people with tablets taking our orders?
You know
and
what
all?
we should have done?
Yeah, no, they're called
Scribe
scribe
pads.
pads.
Scribe pads.
We should have had Joe like send word ahead that we were coming to get us in to talk to him.
Yeah.
Talk
well.
to the Antler Man.
Man.
Ant-Man, I don't think I have any communication spells. Cause
Not that good.
Do you
anyway.
go to the gates?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Did Joe give you guys anything that was like a calling card or anything like that?
No.
And you guys walk up to the gates, and there's a person working there, and they go, "Welcome to the DA Zoo. What kind of package would you like? Would you like the standard package, or would you like the premium package?
What do you get in the premium package?
The premium package, you get to meet Doc Antler himself, and you get to go and pet the baby tigers, and you get to meet Big Bertha, our biggest tiger on the lot.
Big Bertha!
Big Bertha.
Fucking. I say yes.
Shit.
Wait, how much does
Yeah.
premium cost?
How much is premium? Premium is 1,500 gold.
Shit.
I'm sorry. How much is the standard?
Standard is 1,000 gold.
I'm sorry.
What?
Premium is our most sold ticket.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
And you see there's a guy standing right next to you, and he looks over, he's like, it really is, look, we've traveled here from Tubitel, and we've been here for the past 3 days. We plan to stay here for the
why
whole
would
weekend.
you come here from Tubitel if
There's Joe Tropical.
yes.
I've been to
10
Joe
gold.
Tropical Zoo, trust me, this one is much better. And we've come here 3 nights now, and every single night we've purchased the premium ticket. I would pay as many gold as they want to be able to pet these baby tigers. They're
Would
the
you be
cutest thing in
willing
the world.
to pay for us?
Roll a persuasion
I was
check.
gonna say, will you give me 1,500 gold if I let you pet this one right there?
It's not persuasion. What's my persuasion? It's just charisma, which is a +1.
Can I assist them?
How? You can't just say, I assist.
I
need to know how it happens.
I know. I'm trying to think.
That would really give us a feel for whether we would like to come back and spend more money here.
Yes. Honestly, fuck. I can't think of anything. Never mind. They got an 11.
It's 11. It's almost.
I'm sorry, I gotta pay for my whole family. That's about 5,000 gold right there. I can't afford any other people.
I mean,
But I hope you guys have a good time at the park, and then they walk in
Yeah,
with
thanks,
the rest of the
bye.
family.
I'm just ripping my shit.
Okay, so do we know how many times that Titan can use that dice thing a day?
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a limit?
No, there isn't. There is no limit
Yeah,
to
I
the
might-
teleportation.
The limit does not exist.
Pop back over, pop back over.
Yeah.
You bet.
So
So we
go-
are popping directly into the park.
And as
Into his office, maybe? Right into his
that won't
office?
work.
No?
No.
We have to see it.
Yeah, I will say your knowledge of the place. Your knowledge of the diet
dang.
will not work.
Would Akai think of this? I'm gonna say it anyways. So we could go outside, and you know how like sometimes when I get a little bit lost, you like send me one of those spells where I can hear you.
Yes.
Maybe we could send Joe one of those. We're like outside.
Yes, we could do that. Okay, great. Then I
And
will.
as you guys are talking about this, there's a whole ruckus that happens in the crowd.
What
Another
kind
ruckus.
of a ruckus?
What kind of a ruckus?
And as that's happening, you guys look over to see where it's coming from, and you just see a man riding an elephant coming straight towards all of you.
Hannibal?
He's an older man, pretty chunky, and he's just walking up, and he has his hair pulled back into a ponytail, and he has this long mustache with this long goatee, and he's walking up, and he's waving at all the people, and they're waving. You hear people start going, "It's Doc Antler! It's Doc Antler!" And he's like, "Yeah, hi, welcome to the park, guys. Welcome to the park. Very nice to meet you." And he rides this elephant right up to you all, and he says, "You all are the Daves, right? The ones that went and talked to Joe Tropical?"
Yes.
Hell yeah.
He told me you all might be stopping by. You guys want to follow me on in?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
Be
okay.
an
They don't have
honor.
to pay.
Can I flick off the people who wanted to make us pay money on our way in?
Sure, I guess so.
Or
That's,
on
you don't have to
purpose.
ask me to flick someone off.
Sorry, Mom, if you're still
He's
watching.
flicking off a free action.
Yes. And so you do that as they walk in, and they look
That's how
horribly
all that acts.
affronted.
Just when I punch some, ooh, that would hurt real bad me.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
flog him with it.
Broken
fingers.
fingers.
And as you all walk in, you guys see no fences around the park at all.
Now I know why it
I
costs
go
so
ride the
much money.
tiger. I'm kidding. I do not.
You guys, all tigers are being stood next to by a trainer
I'm not
or
comfortable with that.
some type of person at all times. But there are no fences in this park. This
Hmm.
park is perfectly open. You do see tigers kind of walking around and people walking with them at all times.
I
And Doc Antler's up on the back of the back. I was gonna say horse. Up on the back of the elephant, and he says, "So, how can I help you guys? What do you all want to know?"
We
I like this place you got here. No fences.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
we pride ourselves on being one of the only no-fence zoos in the entirety of the flat plain.
So, how do you feel about Basket Case calling out Joe Trops?
Oh, she is the most hypocritical person
Right?
in the world. She claims that all of us big cat owners who love our cats dearly and want to see nothing but the best for our big cats are abusing them when she has zero proof that there's abuse going on. And then she just takes the cats that she saves, and he does the whole air quotes and everything, and then puts them in cages at her own zoo.
Yeah.
She calls it a sanctuary, but it's really a zoo. And then she charges exorbitant prices to be able to come see them. And she's a millionaire, and you know that she's skimming off that money to be able to get in there.
Now I'm
So-
going to have to sort of intervene on this. You're charging a lot of money
I
to
agree with
get into
everything
your
but the
zoo.
money.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to be able to keep open cages. You know
Carol
how much it-
Baskets has told us.
Do
Yeah,
you
but
know how much
he's
it
right
takes?
though. Like they don't have like there are no cages here.
Do you know how much it takes for the upkeep? Just the food of one tiger per month.
And they had like one trainer next to a tiger. Like, do you pay
You all
those
not know
trainers?
how to
Yes, are the people
Or
who
they
are
volunteers?
Oh yes, yeah. I pay every
Okay.
single one of my
That's
people.
valid.
They all live here. They live on the grounds,
Oh,
and they all live here. And I pay all of them about 180 gold a month.
Okay.
nice.
Okay.
That's a pretty good.
That
salary.
sounds
No,
not
it isn't.
bad.
It is no. It's you guys know
I was
the
gonna
way
say,
the
I
inflation
don't
is.
think that's good.
That is not
That's
good.
awful?
That
Okay.
is no. That is terrible.
bad.
Now-
Yes.
Second question: would a Kai know that?
No, the guy would not know that.
Man, nice. so great.
No,
How much
then-
do we get paid?
So does that
I,
180
sweetheart,
does
I
that
don't want to
180
tell you
include
that's
their
going to
lodging
make
and
you
everything?
so
Like,
sad.
includes their
How much
rent
we
for
get
living
paid,
on
how much they
property,
get
or-
paid?
Oh
How
yeah,
much
yeah.
they
I
get
mean,
paid,
yeah.
knowing
They
how much we
they
get
they
paid.
get on top of like what it costs for them, like them
I
living here on
assume
the
that we
property.
just
They
have
get
access to
180
the
of
entire
gold
place,
and
yeah.
spending money a month.
Their food, their
Um,
living expenses, all that is.
Well, no, they have to pay for their food,
Okay.
and they have to pay for just like general other stuff. But we pay for their house, and it's still
That's
garbage.
fun.
It's still garbage on top of that.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you're knowing
Okay.
was yeah.
So we're gonna have to figure out how to get into that.
I don't know if anybody heard any of the conversations that were just
I don't
had. There was a lot of talking on top of each other.
I was just making sure these
Yeah.
people are really as poor as they sound, and they
yes,
are.
they are. Yes, it is basically what it would sound like if in real life if someone were to be living off $180 a month.
Great.
Yes,
But with free housing.
but with free housing,
That's still not good.
It's still not great, but it's something.
Even by Lynchburg standards.
No.
That's
Yeah.
not great.
No, it's not good.
hey, but according to the Treasury Secretary of the United States of America, the average American should be able to live off $1,200 for 10 weeks.
They sure do be thinking that, don't they, huh?
I believe them. Wink.
It is a lot of responsibility to be having this many people living on your property.
I mean, there's about 20 of us, yeah.
Would
So-
you say that everybody's really close?
Oh, yeah, we're all very close.
Do they like ever get to leave?
They get to leave. They go out into the main city outside of here to get to get all their living expenses.
You seem a little excited about how close you guys are.
Well, of course I'm. Of
Are
course
you
I'm
like
excited about it.
family?
Yeah, I mean some of us are. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to have family
It just
around.
seems like, sometimes there is a healthy boundary between work and home.
Can all of you roll a perception check?
Yeah, I would so
Perception?
Yeah, perception.
Big old time. A natural 20.
Okay.
22.
Cool.
10.
All right.
Okay, it's going to be a 17.
All right.
Sometimes you can't perceive things.
Titan, Mist, Bjorn. You guys
Don't worry
take
about
note that everyone here except for Doc Antler is a woman. Is of the female variety, whatever races they are. Yes.
Is there
Gross.
is there a particular standard against males in your employment?
Or
Oh, of course not.
non-females.
Non-females. Yeah.
Of course not. No.
It is just by circumstance.
Yes. I mean, yeah. I mean, you can meet some of my people, but no, we have some males who work here. They work behind the scenes.
Can I meet one of your youngest staff, perhaps?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Just ask some
Yeah,
quick
Samantha.
questions.
Yeah, Samantha. She's straight out of.
Samantha?
She's straight out of
Compton.
straight out of Compton. Straight out of university.
Well, how many things are we gonna quote today?
What?
She's straight out of university. Sure, come along. I'll introduce you to her. And with that, he takes his elephant and he rides his elephant along, and you all follow along. And you get up to somebody who is with a few different, about 3 monkeys, and she's like taking care of them and doing a little show.
Come see the monkeys.
Dance
Okay,
monkey,
bye.
dance monkey, dance monkey. Okay, but yeah, he leads you up, and she's taking care of these monkeys. She's just finishing up a little show that is for some of the people as these monkeys are dancing around and like doing these fun tricks, and she's like rewarding them with treats and everything like that. And then after it ends, Doc Antler rides the elephant all the way up to her and says, "Samantha, I'd like you to meet Dave, and Dave. They're from To Be Tell, down south. They would like to speak to you." And Samantha looks, she smiles at you all, and she's very young. She looks like she's probably early 20s at most. And she's wearing very scantily clad clothing, like just enough to cover up everything, and it's very like jungle print and everything. It's very gimmicky on what she's wearing.
So she's dressed like me.
Yes, actually, almost. Yeah. But hers isn't like natural furs and stuff.
Yeah.
You can tell hers is like faux furs and everything. And she smiles. She's like, "How can I help you all?"
If it is okay with you, Mr. Antler, it's sort of customary for us to talk to them away from the employer. We just have a couple questions for Samantha, and we'll be right back with her.
Oh yeah, sure, of course. I'll just go ride
And
old Sydney over here. And he moves the giraffe around, and they walk off.
Anthony!
I found him.
He's there. How is this? He hasn't forsaken us.
Is the name? Did you guys name the ant Anthony?
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Bjorn did.
All right.
Bjorn is allowed to name.
So what do you all want to know from Samantha? She's standing there.
How long have you both been in residence here, my dear?
It's
Well,
Samantha.
ever since I graduated from university, so that was about 3 years now.
And how did you sort of get involved with the rescue?
Well, at university I was studying animal handling, and this isn't a rescue. This one is a zoo. This isn't a rescue.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I know a lot about animal handling.
Oh, that's great, awesome.
Yeah.
I heard about this place. I'd come here a lot as a kid. I had met Doc Antler as a kid and everything like that, and I really like the way that he treats the animals. It's really cool being in No Fence Zoo. And so I went ahead and signed up for a volunteer program here when I was in university. And the moment that I graduated, he offered me a job here. So,
Have you ever seen like guys or just non-females doing the like internship stuff?
oh yeah, there are plenty of non-females that do the internship
Do
stuff.
they get hired after?
Oh yeah, we have plenty of non-females on hire. They're just not really front of face people. They're more the behind the scenes. They do the feedings when it's feeding time and everything, and
It's
they
like the Hooters
keep
of
stuff
zoos.
clean. And they keep stuff clean, and they just kind of make sure that everything runs smoothly behind the scenes.
Can I? Have you worked closely with Mr. Antler himself?
Oh yes, so yeah, I have. For basically ever since I've been working here, he works closely with all of his employees.
How closely?
I mean, he and I are married, so
Okay.
Oh, when
Yeah.
did that happen?
right about a year and a half ago,
And you've been here how long? You said?
for about 2 years.
Right.
Are all the other staff as well trained as you are?
Oh yes. All the staff who handle the animals are superbly trained. We come in, we have veterinarians and animal handlers who make sure that they come in and they teach us how to handle the animals perfectly well.
Are they all college trained like you? University?
Yes, Doc Antler actually pays for us to go to college to make sure that we're able to get, if people come in who haven't been. Nobody gets hired on here full time until they have a degree in animal handling.
That's good. That's solid.
Do any of the other workers get jealous because you're Ant-Man's wife?
I mean, no, of course not. I mean, there are about 5 of us here who are married to him, so.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes.
Each his own, I suppose.
And
5.
the time is sort of equalized between you all.
Oh, yes, he does very good at treating us all, like, giving us all priority, yeah. Making us all feel like we're a priority in his life.
That is key in this sort of situation.
Alright.
Do you think we could meet one of the animals? Could you perhaps introduce us?
Oh yeah, I mean she has 3 monkeys hanging on to her.
One of the cats, if you don't mind.
Oh,
Or bear.
Or
do you
bear.
not like? Do you
Oh,
not
no,
like
I
monkeys?
do.
like
No, they're
monkeys.
super cute. I
I
don't want to
actually,
offend,
like,
so
I
like
put
I
my
will
hands
definitely
out.
hold the monkey.
I put my hands
Oh,
out.
that's
Okay,
like, I
so like
wanna
2 that
touch
were hanging
this
onto her
monkey.
arms, she kind of like she kind of holds them forward to you, and she kind of deposits you.
What
she
kind of
deposits
monkeys are they?
They're capuchin.
They can put you little
Yeah,
tiny
yeah, little tiny babies. And
Oh
they
my
hand
gosh,
it
that's so
like
cute.
she hands one to you, Titan.
Give
She's
me.
like, this one's name is Doug,
Doug.
and this one's name is Lulu. And she hands.
Doug and Lulu, I love that.
Yep, and those are the
Little
2.
scritches.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
they're very well behaved. They're both wearing little diapers.
Oh, babies.
Yep.
Babies.
Hold my arm like this.
Yes, I sort of just like
Hi, baby.
I put them on my shoulder, and I have like so many sparkly things. They're probably like. playing
Lulu's
with
probably eating bugs out of my hair.
Yeah, I mean they're messing around with you, but they're not aggressive whatsoever. Like some monkeys can be. You can tell that they've been very well trained. Or
they-
I mean, you guys, can you roll a perception check?
Both of us are just.
Let me ask you both.
We both have monkeys.
Oh.
Why am I rolling so poopy?
It's okay. That's 19.
All right.
6.
I'm just not rolling well.
You can tell they might be a little sedated.
Okay.
Yeah.
The when you sort of
I'm so glad I'm not going to feel bad about killing all of these.
when you bring the animals out for the day, is there any sort of preparation that they go through?
No, of course they're all very well
I
trained.
used one.
Can I? Oh, hang on. I wonder what I have. I'm really curious.
Dance
Can I speak with these monkeys?
Can
Sure.
I
Can you
punch
cast speak
a
with the
bitch?
animal again?
Yes.
Do you have that? Yeah, sure. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Part of this is curiosity of what
Baby
they're gonna
monkey,
sound
baby
like.
monkey, baby monkey.
Get into baby monkey
Get into
space.
baby monkey mode.
Get into space.
I'm just gonna ask them how they're feeling.
Which one? Lulu or Doug?
Lulu.
Eating nits out of my hair.
She's like right here.
I'm feeling great.
You
Oh,
seem
she's
a,
high.
you seem a little loose, little loopy. Are you okay?
My name is Lulu after all. Mm-hmm.
Do you normally feel like this?
Always.
I make eye contact. Is she? I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Cure wounds?
Yep.
I don't know if that would do anything.
You don't think
Oh,
I don't think
there
that
has
would
to
do
be
anything.
a
It'd have to be greater
I
restoration.
have lesser.
Greater?
Or lesser. No, I guess
Oh,
lesser
you-
restoration.
do you
would
have
work.
lesser
I have a lesser restoration. I'm gonna cast lesser restoration. Okay.
Okay.
Cast it through a pet.
Yeah.
They're
All right.
a pet. Yes.
Yes.
Well, you're so beautiful.
All right. So you cast that.
How are you feeling?
Can you roll a
Animal
no? Can you roll a dexterity saving throw?
Hell yeah, I can. That's a +8.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. 22.
All right, you're the monkey. Right when Mist reaches over to pet Lulu, and she casts lesser restoration on it,
Yeah.
it goes for your face in an instant.
Yeah.
Like it just goes to rip off your face, and like and like almost as much. It was like basically a blink of the eye. That happens, and Samantha's there and grabs Lulu, and she starts petting her. And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. This rarely ever happens."
Can I try to keep talking with her at all? See what she's saying? Can
It
I
lasts-
hear
it
what
lasts for-
she's
it lasts
saying?
for 10
Yeah,
minutes,
sure.
so-
What do you want to say?
Lulu, how are you feeling now? Just talk to me for a moment.
She's like trying to reach for it.
Oh no, I'm so sad.
I'm here to help you, Lulu. I really am. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Are they mistreating you? Okay. That's all I need to know.
I feel that though. You know, I feel that.
And Samantha looks over at you and she's like, "Can I have Douglas back, please?"
Yeah. You can have him back.
And Douglas like just kind of crawls up on her arm and sits on her shoulder as she's really restraining, trying to hold Lulu down. She's like, "I'm sorry, I have to go. I gotta make sure. I gotta like."
Your time has been invaluable, Samantha.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
She hurries off as Lulu is constantly trying to
Was
escape.
Samantha attractive?
Oh, very.
Okay.
Yes.
Are all of these
man,
women
she's
working
hot.
here?
She was
Yes, all the women working
It
here
would've
are
been
very, very attractive.
For
They're
that
all
reason.
they're all
Yeah.
dressed in that
Yeah.
very scantily
She
clad.
seems like she's a nice girl. It would have been.
You guys
I
know
would have
that
loved to treat her
when
right.
we double talk, nobody can understand what we're saying.
But we're having a moment. What?
Yeah. Then you can talk about it. Then wouldn't you like to share that moment with everyone else?
Nah.
Share with
We're
the
good.
cast. Just Katana and I being weird.
Yeah.
So we have a
Are you
rich.
trying to have your own colony?
You don't know our lives.
We have a rich,
I might
creepy
wanna
husband
know your
murderer.
life.
Sorry.
We have a rich, creepy husband murderer. We have a crazy redneck, and we have a groomer. Awesome.
Yep, I think we know
I'm
everything
going to
that we
kill
need to
them
know.
all.
I mean,
Do we rock, paper, scissors to see if we kill
Who
them
goes
all right
first?
now, or if we wait
I want
until
to get
Dave?
them all to be tell first.
Okay,
Ooh, maybe we can go to Dave and be like, "What's our plan?"
to the Dave's den.
We need Dave to host a party.
We should say goodbye to Mr. Antler first.
And as you're saying that, Doc Antler is walking back over on his
I
elephant.
have to ask him if we can see his papers. We've gotten papers on everybody else too.
Yes, the proper papers for your town, sort of to show that you are an operating business.
Oh, sure,
that
come
you're
on.
following
Do you guys want to go to the office then?
Yes.
Yeah, sure, come.
Just
And
a
he
quick visit.
takes Cindy back around, and you guys start going off. And as you're going, you pass this like super fat cat that a whole bunch of people are.
Is that
gathered
Big
around.
Bertha?
It is Big
Big
Bertha. It's you hear there's this woman standing there that is like announcing that like it's petting time for Big Bertha, and there are a whole bunch of people that are coming up. The cat's just like laying out, sprawled out on a rock, and everyone's just walking up and
You
petting
want to
her.
go pet Big Bertha.
I wanna pet Big
You should go
Bertha.
pet her.
Can I pet Big Bertha?
Sure, you can go up and pet Big Bertha.
Heck yes! Okay, I will pet Big Bertha.
All right, roll animal handling. Let's see how good you pet her.
Wasn't in the box, but it's okay. 14.
All right, you pet her real well. She purrs a little bit. She looks over. She like leans her head over and tries to lick your hand, but she's so fat that her fat rolls prevent her from actually being able to get to your hand.
Oh,
I'm not okay with
baby!
What kind of cat is Big Bertha?
She's a type.
I'm super not okay with this.
Fat tiger.
Shouldn't be this fat.
Kai knows nothing. They just see big fat cat and want a pet.
Kai, she's beautiful.
It's a big mood. Yes, we get in the office.
All right, yeah. You guys get to the office, and
I'm visibly uncomfortable.
and as you walk, and when you get to the offices, Doc Antler jumps down off his slides down off of the elephant very gracefully, and says, "Come on in, come on in, come on in." And when you walk into the office, this is when you finally see like some of the men who work here. They're kind of sitting around behind the desks and stuff, like kind of making sure stuff's running well. There's a few men that look like they're janitors, and they're just taking a break in the offices. And then he starts going back and going through files and pulling out paper after paper after paper. And I was like, "Is there anything else I can tell you guys as I pull out these papers? Anything else you want to know?"
So is everything accredited?
Yeah, of course. We're a fully accredited zoo by the Animal Protection Agency of the Flat Plain.
You have a working relationship with Mr. Tropical, yes?
Oh yes.
So how do you feel about the fact that he uses enclosures and you do not?
His enclosures are pretty good. They're pretty big. They could be. I mean, it's what it is. They're as big as they need to be. I believe he treats his cats fairly well and stuff. And I've gotten a few cubs from him when he has a surplus of cubs that he can't take care of. He sends them up here. And yeah, we have a pretty good pretty good working.
How do you ensure that your cats are docile around people?
Oh, we train them really well from infancy basically all the way up to make sure that they're really used. That's why we do the cub petting and everything like that.
How
to make sure.
how often do you have incidents?
Oh, rarely if ever. I mean, and the only times that they've become aggressive are toward our handlers. They've never been aggressive, and we made sure that they've never been aggressive to our guests.
And what type of veterinarians do you use here?
Oh, just only the best accredited veterinarians from miles around. Really, we make sure that we get the best in here. We have
They're not on your payroll.
Oh,
You
yes,
hire
they are.
outside.
No, we hire outside, but we have like about 50 that are on our payroll to make sure they get paid at all
See
times.
your payroll proof that you're paying everyone?
of course, yeah, sure. And he starts like going through another file.
We found out that the basket lady pays no one.
Yes,
so we
yeah, they're all volunteers. Yeah, right. It's kind of bullshit, isn't it?
Do you train all of your animals in the same way, like monkeys? And
Oh yeah. We train all of our animals from birth. We have a lot of the people who work here stay here for basically their entire lives. They love it here, and they make sure. And like a few of them we've gotten married, and it's been a great time. And people love it here, and we have the trainers stay with the animals basically from infancy, so they're really used to the people that are handling them. And he's pulled out a bunch of paperwork, and he kind of hands it out to you all, and he's like, "Here's all the paperwork, and I'm going to tell you as the DM, it all checks out."
Okay. Looks good.
Is there anything else I can help you with? Anything else you want to know, or?
I think we got it for
We
now.
know everything we need to know.
We'll let you know if we have more questions.
Yeah, of course.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, you guys, you too. You know the way out. Do you need me to walk you out?
I think we got it.
We can get ourselves a thank you.
Okay,
And
great.
we go just like walk behind the building and pull out
Later
our
in.
dice.
All right,
Can
you pull
I
out the
pet
dice.
the elephant's trunk as I walk by?
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh.
So you pet it again.
Is it a smooth boy?
It is a smooth boy.
Feels
Oh.
fantastic, and I'm also gonna cast Lesser Restoration on this.
Hell yes, hell yes, hell yes, hell
As
yes.
we're leaving.
All right. There is no noticeable change
Okay.
in this elephant.
Making sure.
He's just a docile baby.
Yeah.
Most elephants are fairly chill.
But yeah. So you go back out.
Unless
and
it's on drugs.
I was
And-
like, either it's gonna be fine or we're gonna need to run as this elephant
Secret
tramples
muscle.
everything.
It's all muscle. It's all muscle, yeah.
Big Bertha. It's not fat. It's all secret.
It's all muscle.
It's all.
Secret muscle.
Sure.
She's like a sumo wrestler. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Let's go with that. So.
This tiger's name
Get out the
is
dice,
Honda.
and it's David Dave's hall.
All right.
is where
So
we're going.
you are able to go right into his office,
Yeah.
and he's sitting there and he's watching. And as
We have
you
that
guys
jurisdiction.
pop into it, you hear the voice of Carol Baskets on the scribe pad that he has talking about the latest cats that they've gotten in and are trying to that she's working with. And he looks up. He's like, "Well, that took you guys a lot longer to go see." Whoa.
Hey.
Hey, Bjorn and
Recruiting
Miss?
some friends on the way.
it was your day off. Oh, hope you're not planning on getting paid for this.
No.
This is
Per
volunteer
diem.
work.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure of that one. We have a very tight budget here at the
It's fine.
Hall of Dave, so we got to make sure that we don't go over.
You you can pay me in indulging me in the ideas I have.
Okay. Ideas, yeah. That's what I'm here to. Did
We
you
have
guys,
to kill everybody.
everybody?
Well,
I mean, they're
I
all.
know. I mean, we kind of need some people to help the Hall of Daves, grease the wheels.
3
Not-
zoos.
No,
the
not
holidays.
literally like to be tell.
Oh, 3
Well, that's-
zoos.
You
We're
should have
talking
made it more
about all
clear.
the
3
tiger
dead
people.
zookeepers.
3 dead zookeepers. I sent you just to go take care of Joe.
Yeah,
There
well,
are others.
So he seemed fine at first. We're not really sure about him. He's still kind of sketchy. But we
Yes.
also visited Basket Caves and Ant-Man.
Whoa. Baskets? You mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Ant-Man? Who's Ant-Man?
Oh, Doc
Doc
Antler.
Doc-
He owns a zoo and does the whole tiger thing.
Yeah, he's up north. Yeah, they need to get
All of his
So-
animals have magic cast on them,
You know-
so they can be out.
Baskets
Oh.
has smaller cages than Tropical.
Wait, that's not true. I've seen her cages.
We went there.
Pretty unhappy animals won't fly.
So they're
but
all bad.
she's-
You know how you only pay me sometimes?
I mean, I pay you when you work.
She pays her people no times.
What?
0
0%
times.
of the time.
And
Wait,
they
why
all
don't we do that?
donate.
No, we're not going to do that. It's
No,
because it's
because
unethical.
they're technically volunteers.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would
Well,
be here.
I mean, we could say like the small Daves, the like just
I'm
in
going to
Daves.
step in here as sort of a guide for the entirety of the institution and say that it's unacceptable, it's unethical, and it doesn't allow people to live. You don't want to go making a drastic decision like that. People will revolt against you. They're going to demand working rights because it is their right to own them. That is not the topic of conversation right now.
I
What
mean, if
needs to
we-
be the topic of conversation is how we're going to deal with the situation.
Tea, that was hot.
I do it just for you.
We do need to come up with where we put these animals afterwards. We can't just Jurassic World it and let them all
I
out.
know.
Oh, that's a good.
Why can't we?
I have an idea.
point. What's your idea, Bjorn?
You have some pull in this area.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my idea is
Check on the
you
animals
announce
at Joe's.
that you're going to grant a very large plot of land to the zookeeper that you think has the best interests of their animals in mind.
Okay.
We need to get them all here at one time so they can present their cases.
So you can.
While they're here, I kill all of them.
But question for you, Bjorn. What do we do with all the animals that they have?
We release them into the wild. Not here, somewhere else.
That's not completely a good idea.
We-
Foster told you he's never been in the wild. That's a death sentence.
I'll teach them.
How about we inherit the payroll from these places, properly pay the people
Create an
that have
actual sanctuary.
been trained and taking care of them, and we can work with the veterinarians and determine which ones are capable of being released back in the wild.
How
The ones that need to
how
get taken.
many animals?
It is a fuck ton of animals.
A lot.
How many does? Okay, so how many? Carol Baskets has about 175, I believe. That's the last count I remember from her report. Her report on Joe Tropical is that he has right about 90 animals at his zoo. How many does Doc Antler have? Do you know?
No.
Nothing that the Scrypad can't figure out. And he goes to Scrypad. He
The
says,
friggin' Scrypad.
Dave's these days in their Scrypads, am I right?
he
So
says,
much.
and he says, well, this says that they need about 100. He has about 120, like right about 122 on their last count. Now, how much space does a tiger need?
Well, after we kill Joe, we have his land. And
Okay.
then,
That's true.
how much around his land is available? I mean, we can take whatever we want, I'm sure.
We can't just kick people off their farms. I mean, it's all farmland around
Is
it.
it open? Is it available?
I mean, it's farmland. We'd have to chunk up some money to get them off their farms.
I'm willing to forego any part of my salary and to pay for that.
All right, but how much space? Do you any of you know how much space a tiger needs? Generally-
Did we talk about that?
I think I would know that.
We did.
All right,
I'm pretty sure I would.
all right.
Yeah.
How much is
I
it?
don't know.
It's
I don't know. Bjorn
I'm
knows.
sorry, you're like
No.
real world numbers? Don't do this to me.
If I remember correctly from what I was taught.
Let me get on the Google
TV.
machine.
Yeah, you pull out your own Scrypad,
Yeah.
That's
And-
what I'm doing.
and I believe it is about a square mile
knows how to
of
Scrypad?
space
I don't know how it works.
per
It's not even on.
one. I believe one needs about a square mile of space.
So, do we know that these animals have
60 to 100 square kilometers. 23 to 39 square miles.
So it needs about
30 square miles.
30 square miles per tiger.
We'll figure it out.
per tigre?
That's in the wild though, right?
I'm assuming so.
Do we know that they came from a different
It's a
land?
male tiger.
That they have somewhere else that they're supposed to go? These big old kitty witties?
No. From what you were able to kind of gather from everyone who was talking was that all of these tigers have been born into captivity.
Okay.
There are places where natural tigers exist, but you feel like dropping about 500 tigers into a place like that would kind of destroy the ecosystem.
Yeah, no, we don't want to do that. But maybe no.
At the very least, we can ensure that the children of the ones that were already captive.
Somebody had complimented your crow shirt.
Oh, thanks.
Aw.
It can't rain all the time. It's the best movie ever.
Mm-hmm. Poor guy. Wish he didn't die. He
Yeah.
probably would have been a great actor, just like his father.
The universe just decided that the Lee family was too good.
Was
They were
too good to
Too
exist.
powerful.
Too good.
Too powerful.
Yes.
I feel like we can sort of navigate this space in that perhaps some of the animals, the more capable ones, can go into training for action situations. Some of them can go to a children's
Police
educational
tigers.
centers. Police tigers, correct. We can improve systems this way, ensure that they're taken
Dave
care of.
tigers.
Dave
Dave
Tigers.
Tigers. There are solutions.
Huh.
Imagine every Dave
I think
say
with a beast at his side.
the basket's
Not as a pet, as an
She must
equal.
die.
No, as an equal, yeah.
A partner.
Can you train the Daves for that?
Absolutely.
It'd have to be the upper level. It'd be the upper echelon Daves. It can't be the newly initiated.
like
They
us,
would
we
get
get
eaten
you
so
to-
quickly.
we get the
I would do that
tigers.
for free.
We get
That
the
takes
baby
care
lovers,
about-
and then we'd
That
match.
takes care about 200. So that means we
That
got about
would be
300 more that
ridiculous.
we need to go. I mean, yeah.
The
So,
older ones, they have lived most of their life in captivity. They may finish their lives in captivity. I want to save the future generations.
Okay, so the younger ones, we make them familiars basically.
Yes.
All right,
the youngest we breed for wilderness, not for captivity.
Yes, correct. We
Okay.
want to reintroduce them into.
So about like the young adult ones, we'll use them as the Day of Tigers.
Mhm.
What we can do, we can get some of our best enchanters to go through and make enchanted like necklaces and stuff like that. They can go inside of.
They live not as a spectacle, but as a warrior.
Yes. Okay. I like that. And then we breed and we like train the other ones for wilderness, and then we let the older ones only choose like a plot of land to let the older ones. So it's like like 150, and like 200.
I can do my best to ensure that the rest of their lives are as good of a mixture of wilderness and captivity as possible.
Okay. All right. Then we can. Well, if we do your idea, we invite them all here under the guise of like donating a big plot of land to them and murder them all senselessly.
Yeah.
Well, I guess not really senselessly. Yeah, I guess it kind of is
There's sense
senseful.
in it.
I've killed a lot of people for you, and most of them deserved it.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah. All right. So then we'll take I guess Joe Tropical's line, so that'll be closer for you. That'd be the easiest for you to kind of look over.
Sure. Yeah.
And we can.
We won't tell him until after he's dead.
We can.
It won't matter.
Okay, we can shell out some money then for the ability to go in and like buy some of the.
Take it all out of LD's salary since you're not paying him anymore.
Well, we have a new lieutenant. I mean, we can't pay the. I have to pay the new lieutenant, Dave.
Yeah.
That's it then. Yeah. that's fine.
She's very capable. She needs to be paid.
Do we still make new initiative days pay like 5 gold?
Yeah.
Raise it to 6.
All right, we have about that could work. That could work really well. All right, so that
I did a smart.
Look at you go.
Which was only one.
Are
We
you
went up by
feeling
one.
okay after that? That probably took a lot out of you. Do you want to go sit down?
I think I'm fine.
You're like the cat when they put the flower on the cat's head and it starts seeing all the math.
Yes, that's exactly this moment.
Yeah, I did a math. Ooh, I'm proud of myself.
All right, so yeah, that seems good. I'll put the word out that we're giving a big plot of land to whoever's treating these cats the best.
Oh, and they have to bring all of their animals with them. All of them. At least the tigers.
Yeah, what are we doing with the rest of the animals?
Or I can go get them afterwards.
Exactly a progressive.
Where would we keep the tigers if they brought them?
Yes, I can't bring all of them.
I'll go get them afterwards.
Okay. All right, then I'll put the word out then. Yeah.
Is everyone else okay with this plan?
No, yes. I think
I'm
it's.
stoked.
Yeah.
I suppose they all.
I think it's a combined. Altogether, it's going to be for the best.
All right.
Baskets definitely needs to die.
You bet.
Got Joe Traps, Basket Case, and Ant-Man. Let's
All
go.
right. So with that,
What are we doing with their significant others? Are they gonna question where they're?
They die too.
Well.
Oh no, I think they can figure out life on their own. I'm
That's a
sure
lot.
they all have a hefty life insurance.
Fine.
I have a
They could be
feeling
left with a fair amount of money.
the basket lady, when she dies, I have a feeling her husband's going to act a bit differently. That's just
Probably.
me thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, what about all those girls that?
They're better off.
They'll
better
be okay.
They'll marry each other.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's a better alternative at the
It
very
really
least.
is.
Joe's husband, no, he might be a little sad.
Oh yes, but again, he can come work with the animals if you like.
He won't know what happened. We won't tell
That's
him.
true.
We'll admit it. Say it was a tiger accident.
We haven't decided how we're going to kill them yet.
I mean,
Just that
He
we're
might
going
even
to
like
kill
it
them.
here, meeting some of our Daves.
that's true.
Maybe Dave here.
Hey,
what about me?
Joe Traps' husband. He'll be a free man.
You think I would ever marry?
No,
I
we're not
didn't say
saying
marry.
that. Just saying that Joe Traps' husband will be a free man.
Well, you know what I've heard through the grapevine?
What?
Joe Trapp's husband isn't gay.
Well, then we're doing him a favor too.
Wait.
I am very confused.
Oh man.
So releasing him
he's
from
breathing
whatever
and
binds.
impressing on him.
Well, I mean, did you not notice that Joe Trapp's husband is like a good 20 years younger than him?
I don't believe
That seems to be a
perceive
theme
that.
amongst tiger owners.
I was.
That's
Not
the theme
really.
amongst rich people, really. Yeah, I mean,
I think we had
I
one
like myself
more.
a younger man, but I put 20, youngest. You know, that seems a good rule.
While
here.
this is happening, Titan has been like drafting up what the invitation looks like.
Okay.
And has been like making it look really nice, really formal, using like really just good speech.
Just been giving quiet encouragement.
Roll a performance. I guess that's the best one that
Yeah,
we'll go toward.
performance.
Again, I've been giving them quiet encouragement
To
the
be
whole time.
TigerCon?
TigerCon.
You're a 10th level bard, right? You can
Yeah.
inspire yourself.
Oh, I
Can you
will.
at that level?
I think at 10th level you
I think
can.
it's
It might be
higher.
13th. It might be
It's higher
13th.
than that.
Let me see.
I think it's even higher than that. And I think it also depends on what college you were.
That's right. That's true.
Now I'm curious. Inspiration is a bonus action or creature.
Anyway,
other than
while
yourself.
she was looking this up,
Yeah,
you can visit. You can visit
And it's
our.
only lore that
Oh
you
no,
can do
I
that.
forgot.
It's
I
14
forgot the
level.
whole. I was gonna do a merch plug, but I forgot what teespring.com/prepare-2-die-podcast. And if you go there, actually it's underscores. Those are all underscores. Prepare _.
Shift dash.
Shift dash. And you can find our merch store. Go buy some shirts. There's a bunch of stuff there.
Please.
You can look. If you buy the one that is the press start, Prepare to Die, that is an 8-bit, you're also supporting this great artist that is out of he lives over in the UK. His name is Philip. You can find him on Twitter at Philip's Pixel Place.
Yeah.
And he does some
Pixel
great
art's
he does
really
great
cool.
pixel art, and he did the pixel art for us that you kind of see it's a header on our Twitter and stuff like that. And you can find the shirt that is based off that, and half the proceeds that we get from the shirts go toward him.
That would
So-
be very helpful.
Hey.
So yeah, that is teespring.com/prepare-2-die-podcast and find our merch. Anyway, so what'd you roll?
24.
Oh, it looks phenomenal, and you present it to Dave, and he looks at it. He's like, "Oh, this is great." And he brings up his scribe pad, and he perfectly aligns it and takes a picture of it. He's like, "I'll post it on the face of books, and I'll get it really out there."
How many followers does Dave of Dave's have on the Face of Books?
Are you asking him?
Book of Faces.
Are you asking him?
Yeah.
I have like 20 million.
Whoa, you're so popular,
Of
man.
course I am. I'm the Dave of Dave.
How many people are there?
You're-
Just
In
everywhere.
the entirety of the
In
flat
the
plane.
flat plane?
Yeah.
From the last census we took, there are about 30 million.
ooh, almost.
Two.
Wait,
Yeah.
I
I
can't.
almost-
That is 2/3 of the population.
66%.
following you on the
I'm
Book
so
of
close.
Faces.
Actually, it's like, I mean, I like to say that I have 69% of the population.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look
But-
at you.
You're going to post it on the Book of Faces for
Yes.
the 3 people?
Wait, but like,
They all follow me.
how do we know that all those 20 million people aren't going to come?
Did you not want other people to come?
I mean, we do, but like, do we want 20 million people?
Well, they have to know that they're.
They also have to
They
be
have
able
to know
to
that they're
travel to
promoting
be
their
town.
brand, you know.
I guess.
They have to be able to travel to be tell, and you can't expect these other people not to spread to their followers that this is going to happen. There's going to be a crowd for this slaughter. It's going to be like the old arena fights that used to happen. here.
Oh man, why don't we have
It's
those
right up your
anymore?
alley.
I like this.
Why don't we
one
have those
even more.
anymore?
Yeah.
They didn't like the fighting to the death Coliseum type deals. That's not exactly kosher.
But doesn't it just like put a little more blood in your veins and
Yes.
really like burn them
No, in
out?
fact, it doesn't. There's no way to put more blood into your veins unless you get an IV. In fact, it makes blood fall out of people's veins, and that's what's kind of the city's against.
That's my favorite part.
I know it is, Bjorn.
The people deserve a little more bloodshed. Please
I haven't
post it
hit
on the Book of
anything with
Faces.
my axe since we killed the dragon. I'm very antsy.
Yeah, I posted it. Carol Baskets has already replied. She said that she'll be here. She said that she'll be bringing her husband and Big Bertha along with her to show that how well she treats her tigers.
Big Bertha walk.
All right. Oh, here's a reply from Doc Antler. Doc Antler says he's in, that he'll be coming with all of his wives, and also he'll be coming with Cindy. And and Joe says that he's coming, and he says that he'll be bringing his husband and his guns and his
Awesome.
and 3 of his tigers.
Inform him that guns are not permitted, unfortunately, in the event space.
That is against the Second Amendment of the City of Tubital to tell him that we can't bring those. So
Perhaps we need to be rethinking the Second Amendment of the city. Regardless, fine.
I've tried to say the same thing, but there are a lot of people here who believe that the Second Amendment is complete law, not realizing that an amendment means that it was a change to the original Constitution to begin with.
I hate to be a broken record, but maybe some people should just be fought to the death.
I mean,
Oh, he will be.
I agree with T.
He will be.
but he'll be bringing his guns. He says that if that goddamn Carol Baskins is gonna be there, Baskets is gonna be there, I'm gonna be there with my guns.
Maybe we can just get them to kill
Any
each other.
similarities to real people is completely
Ooh,
coincidental.
that's a good point.
Then Dave's look fantastic. And we only charge in to fix the issue.
Are we speaking of charge, are we charging people for this con?
We have to pay for this land somehow.
Yeah.
David Dave's he has a universe mind. He's like, what do you say, like 5 gold?
That's what I was thinking. 5 gold. 5 gold
yeah.
entrance fee.
If like
Because we can't
10
just-
million people come,
These people are willing to pay the Carol lady and the dockman thousands of gold to see the tiger.
Yeah, but to see it at their place. We're not at their place. We're here.
But how often are they all together?
I mean, we could do, what was it that they did at Doc's place? It was like the different packages. We could have different packages.
We'll have VIP seating.
Yeah.
okay.
Splash zone.
So $10 for the VIP.
Oh, there will be a splash zone.
10 gold for the VIP seating and 5 gold for the normal.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. That sounds great. I should probably put some Daves on the building of this enclosure.
Or we could hold it in the arena since it isn't being used.
I don't know if the arena can seat that many people.
Have
Have we
build more
fixed it?
rafters.
Hey,
We
we
fixed
fixed
it?
it.
Yeah.
Since the dragon wrecked it, did we fix it?
He only wrecked one little part of it.
We probably fixed it by now.
I don't think we have. I think
We
that
wrecked the
dragon's
whole
body is.
inside.
It'll be like that
too,
stadium in
'cause that was
Russia.
the
I
first
don't know if
spell,
you've
the
seen it, but
first
like the soccer stadium
spell,
in
like,
Russia.
for
with
those
the
of you
electrical
tuning
requirements, So
in-
they just cut a whole half of the building off and built more rafters. And it
We
looked
super
awful.
stick hacked it up.
For those of you tuning in, we had a one-shot for technically St. Dave's Day, but it's
St.
for
Patrick's Day,
St.
yeah.
Patrick's Day. So if you want to know what we're talking about, go listen
Go
to that
listen to that
episode.
one. You
Prepare
find
to
us on
Die
Spotify.
DnD Podcast.
Yeah, you find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or anywhere where you get your podcasts. Anyway, that's also, you'll be able to listen to this later and see us on YouTube later. But he's like, no, I don't think we've actually taken the body out.
What date did you put on that flyer?
No,
We didn't
so there's
eat
a-
all of it?
I put a week.
There's
half
That's
rotten
enough time.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Public Works project.
Okay.
Unfortunate
I mean,
soul.
the acolyte Daves have a lot of free time on their hand, so I'm pretty sure we can set all the acolyte
the
Daves
acolytes.
toward
Daves,
working toward this. That'll be a good one. I mean, you 4 can lead the project. We need to turn it from seating 50,000 to 10 million, I would say.
Oh.
We could do. I mean, I can, but someone could do some like cool magic stuff.
Limited tickets.
Live streaming.
On the scribe pad.
I
I
can
don't know
live
how that
stream-
works, but I trust you.
Wait, we could get some video cameras set
I'll
up.
explain later.
And we could sell like tickets to watch it on Twitch.
Oh my god. On which?
That sounds like
I like
something
Witch.
totally-
Yeah,
on
Witch.
Witch.
That sounds like something way different.
I like Witch. We could sell it to watch it on Witch. I don't know if we would be breaking terms of services for showing Senseless Slaughter on Witch, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that they can't take us down. We're the Daves, right? We're the Daves.
Show it on a Wixer instead.
We could do Wixer.
Showed him black
What
and
about
white,
only
so it's not as
clans?
gory.
Only clans.
Only clans.
Katana.
Only clans is more made for like racies. Oh, but this is kind of racy.
Dave
This is a
Trion.
little sensitive material.
Dave Trion.
Dave
Yeah.
Trion. We can have Dave Trion.
What are we doing?
Like a
We
paper
have killed
roll.
Katana. She is on the floor.
Because that was the next one I was trying to think of. Because I was like, we've already got like patron as
There
a
is a
thing.
streaming service for
It's
combat sports called Fight TV. We can do whatever the Dave equivalent of that is.
Huh.
I don't know.
Wait, we could.
Dave TV.
We're the Daves. Exactly, Mist. We could set up Dave TV and be our own streaming service that allows blood and gore and senseless murder of people on it.
It's not senseless.
I mean, to some people
They
it'll seem
deserve it.
senseless. To actually a lot of people it'll seem senseless. But to us, we'll know they deserved it. So that's all that matters in the end, that it's right to us. Other people don't really matter, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Whatever
It's
you
an
say.
event.
Yeah.
We've got good standing with the bureau.
So it sounds like we've made a good decision.
Okay.
Got it all figured out.
Yeah. So, do you guys want to, like, I guess, get some Acolyte Daves together and go over and work on the additions? How many do we want to just leave it at 50,000, or do we want to like?
I mean, we could increase it a little bit.
But how much should we increase the seating to?
So many
I
already.
think just leave it at 50,000.
I think that is.
I mean, I guess we
reasonable.
want like the top of the top to be here. Ooh, if we do the top of the top, that means our tickets could be more money.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
so like,
yeah.
so 5 and 10 for the packages on Dave TV.
Upper class
Yeah.
thing, 50,000 whole people.
And how much should we charge for like in-person tickets?
100 gold.
Have it tiered. Top level, nosebleeds, 15 gold.
Okay.
Front row, 200.
Yes, agreed.
Are you sure?
I mean, to
Get
get
a lot.
It's the front row.
to get into Basket Case's place, it was 500 gold.
Yeah.
What?
And
To
to
get
get
Ant Slaughterman, 1,000.
or
What?
if you want the premium package, it was 1,500.
We
gold.
need to start selling tours of the Hall of Daves.
Right?
It's so small though.
They don't care.
Yeah, but that means that we just
It's
know
a
5
historical
gold
site.
for a tour. 5 gold for a tour.
That's not bad.
We
Yeah.
have
Instead of the
illusionists in this
acolytes
hall.
to
You
be
just bring them
tour
around to the
Y'all,
same
we're gonna
room.
get more money for the Hall of Daves.
But what will we do with that money?
It's gonna help pay for the land and for the
The
tigers.
Okay.
That
Apparently,
term-
it's expensive to care for tigers.
It's a long time to the next St. Dave's Day. That's a lot of new taverns we can build.
Oh,
Think
man.
of
yeah.
the business. Think of the
Wait,
food service.
We
they
could
have
open
there.
up Dave's Tavern.
Think of all the beer.
I've always wanted to start
much
Dave's
beer.
Tavern. That has
We
been my
should make
secret
a
dream.
beer shoot. Well, like a slide where it can come down like we did before, and it's the bartender can pour it from
You
above.
need to
and
open
then,
a
oh
bar.
my god, we need to open
should
a
call
bar.
it puzzles. Why is it called puzzles?
All right.
That's the puzzle.
All right. I guess.
The Dave
God.
Gastropub.
God damn it! Is that a reference to something, or did you just come up with that off the? Off
No,
the top?
that's from How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, okay. Jeez.
We should call it puzzles. Why? That's the puzzle.
I hate it.
All right.
Thank you,
So
Barney
I
Stinson.
think this stuff is stuff we should handle for later. Right now, we should
Okay.
just concentrate on getting the arena outfitted and ready. Get the rest of that. Get that like rotting dragon carcass out of there, and like repairing the damage that you all did. You guys tore it up pretty bad.
You saved the city.
We
though.
tore it up pretty bad.
Yeah,
Save you, man.
I saw what it looked like.
Because we love you.
Maybe you should
all
have
for you.
abused your second in command.
I didn't. What? I treated him
He was a
great.
dragon.
You did
It's
call
not
it. You did call him
dragon.
ugly.
He was fugly. You saw him. He had the busted most looking face ever. That's why. I mean, you guys saw it. It
I
was
know.
Beauty
We know.
is subjective and in the eye of the beholder, and all bodies are beautiful and valid.
He fell out of the tree and hit. He fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down, right on his face.
Ooh, David Davis is in a feisty mood today.
You got the short dick. We're going to go clean the arena, and I leave.
I follow.
Ouch! You turn to leave and you figure out you cannot move. Titan.
Well, okay, then when I said that, it was vicious mockery.
All right.
Why are you doing this, Katana?
You're gonna die.
What?
We
He's
have to
being.
fight with Dave. He's being an
You're
asshole.
gonna die. Are you prepared for it?
Are you prepared to die?
Can he make a wisdom saving throw?
Oh, sure
I'm
he
sure
can.
you can. It's like plus 80.
Natural 20.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he's good.
I just think that you need to be more considerate about the people around you. I'm really sensitive about how people's images are perceived. I'm covered in scars. It took a long time and a lot of validation from my partner to be okay with them. You can't just go around talking about how people are ugly. It's a big deal. And you can't throw around hurtful terms like that. You've got to be more understanding and loving of people. The Hall of Daves, we've got to be the backbone of Tubitel. We're a support system. We're for the people, are we not?
We are for the people. He was a dick. He deserves everything that I've said about him. And with that, can you roll a wisdom saving throw?
I don't know. Everybody calm down. Everybody shut the fuck up.
It's
It's
all
a
the-
7.
Yeah.
It's a 7.
Honey.
You take. 1 second.
Oh no. Oh boy.
I don't regret it. I don't regret it.
Not yet.
You take 50 points of psychic damage.
12th level spell.
Yes.
Okay. Seems a little dramatic.
I don't have this written down on my paper, but I'm assuming we all carry Estus flasks.
No, you don't.
We don't?
You guys actually have no idea what Estus flasks are.
Sorry, my brain's bleeding into the other campaign. Any type of healing potions?
Generally, you probably would have some healing potions in your fanny packs of holding.
Cool. I take one out and I feed it to Titan.
All right.
Titan,
Sure,
are
it's
you
a
okay?
greater healing potion. Whatever that does. That does like
What's
2d10.
Greater?
No, it's
No, it's less than
44 plus 4, I think.
44
Or is that
plus 4.
superior?
Might be superior. Let's go 44 plus 4.
5.
So 14.
14 total.
And he looks at you after you recover from this brain-splitting pain that he's sent through you, and he said, "You say that you care about people's body images, yet your first thing you do is you go and say that I have a small dick. So maybe some people should learn not to be so hypocritical."
How do you want to flavor psychic damage? Like, how does it affect me?
You have... Imagine what like a hangover headache or like a migraine headache feels like. Multiply it by about 5,000, and that's about what the reverberating through your head is currently
Yeah,
going at.
I've just dropped to my knees and I'm just on the ground holding my head, but I still look up and I look like really fucking good, like super sexy. And I just say that size isn't everything.
And he's like, yeah, but there are some people who feel insecure about certain sizes. And then he puts his hand on you and you get 100 points of health back.
Okay.
Now I hope we've learned a lesson here.
You learned the shit out of that lesson.
I don't regret it. Now we're gonna go clean up the arena.
All right. And with that is where we'll end tonight's session. As you all leave with a gaggle of acolyte Daves behind you,
Hey.
going in and going to clean up
Dave collates.
Dave Colites. So going to clean up the remnants of the arena.
What was his name?
Oh, my night!
Your night.
I forgot about that
Have they had their night?
What'd you name him again?
Did we name him Dave?
You named him
We
Dave.
named him Dave.
Yeah. He was Sir Dave.
Sir
Yes,
Dave.
Sir
So
Dave.
Dave, you guys haven't, I mean, you didn't say he was following you around. You could have just, I don't know what you've been doing.
He's
with him.
probably been chilling in our
He
room.
probably just chills like
He
at
does
our
whatever
place.
you tell him to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Can I summon him with my mind?
No,
That makes sense.
you do not have that ability.
No, I don't.
Perhaps Sir Dave can
It's
give
like
us a hand.
Skyrim. You have to go hunt down your companion.
Yes,
you
you have
don't
to remember where you left your
Yes.
companion, and you have to go find him.
Yes.
In a cave somewhere, like.
In a Dave cave.
Dave,
But anyway,
I'd like to be in it right now.
thank you all for tuning in to tonight's live stream. Please, if you're watching this on Twitch as a replay later, if you're watching it right now and you haven't hit that follow button, hey, why don't you go ahead and hit that follow button? If you're watching this on YouTube later, and if you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube, you can find us at Prepare to Die DnD Podcast. There,
It's up here somewhere.
yeah, and it'll be somewhere.
Over there.
But yeah,
No,
go
Twitch,
ahead.
it's up here. On YouTube, it's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and hit that subscribe button to go ahead and subscribe to us there. And you can find all of our videos there. All these will be going up. If you haven't listened to them already, we have a podcast that we do. We have a main campaign. This is not a main campaign. This is one more episode. This one's going to be over. We might continue doing live streams just because I have fun doing them. And I have studio lights now. Hopefully I'll get a better camera on you guys next time to where you're not all washed out like you are, but that's because camera quality, not
Not that washed out.
Oh, maybe it looks better than it does on my screen.
Well,
I'm pretty pale
I mean,
anyway.
I'm just not a pale person, but I look pale in this.
I am a pasty
Yeah.
bitch.
In comparison to what I normally look like.
But yes, but we're going to be doing these live streams. But if you want to listen to a podcast and hear that podcast stuff, this will be put up as an episode eventually. We have a bunch, we have 20 episodes of a main campaign on that podcast. You can find us at Prepare to Die DnD Podcast on your most favorites of podcatchers of choices. We recommend Spotify or Stitcher or Apple Podcasts. If you want to, go ahead and leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. Helps out greatly. Other than that, I mean, follow, subscribe, hit that like button, all that other stuff. All of you? Oh look, it's a pup.
It's a
That's
puppy.
a great way to
Puppy
end the
time.
stream. Is the puppy jumping up into
yeah.
the stream?
Into the cat's lap.
Yes, into the cat's lap.
Social distance. I know a lot of places are trying to break their social distancing right now, and opening up things, and it's like really unhealthy and it's not cool. Continue
Yes.
social distancing.
Yes,
Continue
please.
washing your hands. Wear masks because they protect others. Just do your best.
The only reason
Just
we're all
be
here
good
is because
human,
we're
please.
essential workers and we already
Yes.
go out.
Respect your healthcare workers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
We like I said, we're all here. We all have to go out, and we're being forced by employers because we're all considered essential to go out.
Yeah.
So that's why we're here. Please continue self-quarantine. Please stay safe.
Tell you what, though, 'cause
Please
it's
stay
not
healthy.
good pay time.
If you're having any
I need
sort of
to be
symptoms,
employed.
please
I
go
need a job.
to please immediately go to a hospital. Get
Yes.
checked. The doctor's
Don't
office.
wait. Don't just like chill out. and let
Don't
it
chill it
happen.
out. Do not keep going to work and
No, you always have it.
exposing other people.
You deserve it.
Do any of the other ones have more to say? Anything else? No? Everyone good?
Just be nice to the people who are out working.
Yeah. Be good
Yeah.
humans, please.
Because they also want to be able to stay home, but they can't.
Oh yes, I would much rather be like self-quarantining than
Love to be
putting
home.
myself in danger every
Every
of
day.
the week. It's great.
Covered.
We want to end this quickly.
Yeah, we do.
So-
We went in this quickly, and the quicker we get out of it, the quicker we can go back. And if you go out and you do huge protests on quarantine, that's not even real quarantine. Just the people asking nicely to stay at home. That's how we continue the spread. We don't want to continue the spread.
Could be much worse. We want to keep it low.
Yeah, and we don't want to make it have to be much worse.
No, we don't.
But other than that, I mean, I think we're good for the night. Hope you all enjoyed. Go ahead and share us too. Share.
Have a good
That's a
night.
good thing.
Night.
And until next time, guys, praise the sun.